The final Sunday of the regular season from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. In the Midwest Division, Denver is tied with Kansas City. And Kansas City this afternoon will be playing the Indiana Pacers. But for Denver to capture the Midwest, they not only must win this game here against Philadelphia, but they need help because Kansas City has to lose. We're going to cover both games.
The NBA on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by new Ultrex from Schick Super 2, the twin blade with one push cleaning, fits Track 2 and Atra razors. Chevrolet and Chevrolet dealers coast to coast. And by Ortho, a leading maker of lawn and garden products. Our concern for your lawn and garden is always growing.
From the Spectrum in Philadelphia, it's the NBA on CBS with Denver and Kansas City dead even on this, the final Sunday. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger. Everything is so complex this afternoon. Let me just try to make it as simple as possible. Here today, Denver must beat Philadelphia, and Kansas City would have to lose to the Indiana Pacers for the Nuggets to win the Midwest. Only one thing is set. Because Portland lost last night to Los Angeles, Portland and Phoenix will open Tuesday night to start the playoffs underway. But first things first, here in the Spectrum this afternoon, we've got an interesting coaching story for you. Donnie Walsh has taken over the Denver Nuggets. He's with Hot Rod Hundley right now. Let's go to Hot Rod.
He has won 19 and lost 9 since February coaching this club. And Donnie, you have won 3 in a row on this road trip, and it all comes down to the final game, the big one today with Philadelphia.
That's right. We put ourselves into this precious situation, so I'm satisfied with our club. Nobody ever dreamed that we'd be at this point. Here it is, and it's their game.
You've got to keep them off the boards. They've been beating you on the offensive boards. This Philadelphia club's beaten you twice this year, and 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say the rebounding, the transition game, and somehow containing Julius Erving will be the key to the game for us.
All right, good luck to you, Donnie. Let's go down to Hondo with Billy Cunningham.
Thank you, Rod. With me, I have Coach Billy Cunningham of the 76ers. Billy, it's a very complex playoff picture. A lot of pieces are going to fall into place today. I know that you're without Bobby Jones. How's your team reacting to this game?
Well, we've had these situations during the year, though, John, and every team goes through it, so you just can't worry about it. We'll start Colwell, who's running a temperature today, playing the forward, and put Darrell in the middle. Our big problem, of course, today is we have to dominate the boards. We'll go inside offensively and to contain David Thompson.
Do you have any choice during the playoffs?
No, just that we can control our own destiny right now.
Okay, thank you, Billy. Let's go back to Brent.
All right, John, thank you very much. The starting lineups for Donnie Walsh in Denver. We'll have Wilkerson. Boswell replaces the injured George McGinnis. Issel, Scott, and Thompson round out the starting 5. For Billy C. and the Philadelphia 76ers, who need a win to finish 3rd in the East, he has just made that change. Dawkins opens at forward with Irving. Caldwell Jones will be the center. Bibby and the rookie Maurice Cheeks will be in the backcourt. So it is important to both teams. We have stressed from the top that Denver must win here to have a chance at the Midwest Division title, but Philadelphia can wind up 3rd or 4th. And I know that the Houston Rockets are watching carefully, and they're listening for the San Antonio-Cleveland score. We'll pass it along. San Antonio, if they beat Cleveland, will wind up a winner in the Central Division. Gushue, Jones, and Kersey will be the officials. At my left hand is a monitor. Indiana has just gone ahead of Kansas City. They have scored the first field goal. We will have reports as that game unfolds. I'll give it to you moment by moment. But here it is, Philadelphia and Denver right now. Issel and Dawkins. And it'll be Denver in its traveling blue, bringing it up. Charlie Scott, who has played very well in front of the CBS cameras this year. Tom Boswell, 41. They roll to the left, and Scott puts Denver ahead.
One advantage that the the Denver club's going to have is the height in the backcourt. Scott 6'6", Thompson 6'4", Bibby and Cheeks only 6'1" and 6'2", respectively.
Caldwell Jones, Boswell will take him, and Issel is matched against Darrell Dawkins. Now there's a switch off, and Julius glides for the glass. Free ball off Cheeks to Caldwell Jones, goes to the corner. Back to Irving, and they went into Dawkins, and Danny Issel fouled it.
One of the problems the Denver Nuggets are going to have is the matchup inside, because the 76ers have Caldwell Jones and Darrell Dawkins, and they've been beaten on the boards consistently this year by this team.
Irving outside with a field goal.
He has been most consistent as of late. Irving has really let Philadelphia back, and his outside shooting has really picked up, like that last jumper.
Boswell cut off baseline. They go to Scott. Offensive foul is called against Sir Charles. Donnie Walsh looking on. This game is also critical for Los Angeles. The Lakers today will play Phoenix a bit later. If they win, and Kansas City, Bibby's rejected on the drive, Los Angeles could wind up with a home court advantage against Kansas City. But it depends upon Denver winning here. If it's the Lakers and the Denver, they'll go into Denver to take on Danny Issel, who scored that field goal.
That's a great play there by David Thompson. He would have grabbed that rebound, John, and spotted his man wide open. He could have taken the shot.
He saw the defense sort of coming at him, and he hit the open man. That's what you have to do. It's the last game of the season. They want to try and win this one for sure.
Dawkins.
Here's the play a moment ago as Thompson grabs this offensive rebound, then knocks it right down to Issel. Boy, that's a beautiful team effort, and Issel wide open for the layup.
We had a 20-second injury timeout. Boswell is over on the Nugget bench. There's something wrong with his right foot. Chopper, the trainer, is bending down with the blue sweater.
Oh, magic fingers. He'll reach in there and get him ready to play. Speaking of people banged up, David Thompson's got both legs have been injured. He's got a hip pointer, and yet he's still out there playing. Also, took a real big bump on the head in a game not too long ago.
Issel is excellent on that roll to the glass, and he was hurt. Danny Issel is down. That's his right arm. He is hurt. Danny Issel may be badly hurt.
And there's the play as he went in for the shot. He fell down. We're watching him hit the floor.
He's up now. He is in pain. He's in front of me. He's going to stay there, the big guy.
He'll be all right. It's his right elbow.
He's such a workhorse, they don't even send the trainer out.
The trainer was busy on the bench with Boswell, and I think he sort of hit his crazy bone that time, and that can be very painful. I was talking to Boswell earlier, and he said that he may have to have his right hand operated on. He injured it in Boston last year, and his finger is sort of crooked, and they want to try and get it straightened out.
Well, he's shooting 53%. He better leave it like it is.
That's right.
76ers bring it down. They trail the Nuggets 7-4. Just underway. Critical to two races. San Antonio at home against Cleveland this afternoon. Houston, Washington tonight. Irving on the bad pass. Thompson bring it to Wilkerson. Loose ball. Sloppy at both ends. Maurice Cheeks, he started every game. Bibby right side. Ellis was battling. Caldwell Jones got it up and in. He was just trying to control the ball.
I think he got away with an offensive foul. Originally crashed over the back. Then the second time he just slapped it. The darn thing went right in.
Indiana 5, Kansas City nothing. Kings fall back early. And Cheeks fouled David Thompson.
You're going to see a lot of that today, Brent. You're going to have David Thompson going inside, and I'm sure that this is one of the things that they've talked about in their game plan. Let's get David isolated against one of the smaller guards.
There's Boswell.
Thompson to the glass.
When he's got it going, awfully tough to stop him. 6'4", jumps higher than any player in basketball.
Switch. Cheeks on the right. Dawkins, shot clock at 10, and Dawkins missed everything. Wilkerson, 32 down the right side. Cheeks slows him. Boswell wants the baseline, and Dawkins is there, so he'll come up to the top. Here's Sir Charles. Irving with him. They go into the corner now. Work it into Issel. Dawkins with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Issel missed that time. Philadelphia's defense excellent. Jones at the other end.
Beautiful pass. He bounced it right on the money to Caldwell Jones for the layup.
Good spin by Boswell. That set the play.
Here we have that fast break situation, and we have a good bounce pass over to Caldwell Jones. They had a 4-on-2 down the floor, and when you have that advantage, you're going to score most of the time.
7-4, Indiana leads Kansas City. 11-8, the Nuggets are over the Sixers. Jones jump hook. Batted back by Irving. Cheeks runs it down on the missed shot. There's no backcourt violation. Up now to Bibby. Jones inside that jump hook again. Wilkerson and its goaltending score it. Put up 2.
That's a good call. Obvious goaltending on the play. Ball was up over that imaginary center cone there, and he got the handle to knock it down.
Nuggets up by 1, 11-10. They must win, and Kansas City must lose if Denver is to win the Midwest Division. Boswell coming in. Dawkins stayed right with him. Cheeks rotates to the middle, off to the doctor. Back to Bibby, deflected by Scott.
Over the pass to Julius Irving, and Julius had a pretty good idea. He was picked up defensively, and he thought he might be able to squeeze one in there to Bibby.
Charles Scott has really been impressive with this ball club lately. He's going to go over 400 assists, first time since '73 with this club.
Irving spins to the left.
The doctor.
12-11, 76ers over the Nuggets. Bill Ford has just canned a free throw. 9-6, the Kings trail Indiana. If they win the Midwest no matter what Denver does.
Here's Daryl Dawkins. Watch him put his hands on Issel and waiting for the drive. And lean right in with that left shoulder, and he gets the foul.
Scotty Wedman just stole the ball for the Kings, and they came down and hit the field goal. Wedman was fouled, and he'll come to the line. So the Kings now have come back against Indiana in the early going. David Thompson for Denver hits the field goal. The score here is 13-12. Nuggets over the 76ers.
Last time down the floor, the Nuggets had an interesting offensive concept. They had the two guards underneath the big men playing the guard positions.
Dawkins will jump up on Issel. Rebound, Wilkerson. Thompson, and Cheeks is there, and then David comes right up.
Got that basket strictly with his great jumping ability. He was stopped defensively, but easily leaped up over Cheeks and got the field goal.
As a result, Hot Rod, it's a three-point lead. The doctor is fouled. Bobby Wilkerson is there. We're going to have a timeout here in the Spectrum. And again, to set the scene, Denver must win this game, and Kansas City must lose if the Nuggets are to win the Midwest. Right now, Mike Bannum's on the line for the Pacers, trying to put them ahead.
Attention Track 2 users, attention Aptra users. Get ready for really clean shaving. Introducing Ultrex from Schick Super 2. The only twin blades with one push cleaning. Watch. One push pushes out soap and stubble for a clean start on really close shaves. Look, Ultrex slides on Track 2 razors, clicks on Aptra razors. Get new Ultrex with one push cleaning. Only Schick Super 2 Ultrex has one push cleaning.
Chevrolet explains the traction of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
Citation will be the first front-wheel drive with Chevy behind it. Instead of pushing the car, Chevy Citation's front-wheel drive pulls the car. The engine weight is over the front wheels, the wheels with the power. That gives you impressive traction through snow and down wet streets. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car.
Chevy Citation.
Growing a lush green carpet like this isn't easy.
Our concern is growing.
But being a leader in home gardening, Ortho can help.
Keeps it going.
Ortho Lawn Food contains all the primary plant nutrients for a thick, beautiful, velvety green lawn. Ortho Lawn Food, more proof that our concern for lawns is always growing.
Always growing.
Coming next, CBS Sports brings you the 1979 U.S. Grand Prix West. Carlos Reutemann broke Mario Andretti's speed record last year, but this year Mario intends to rewrite the record book. See the U.S. Grand Prix West coming next. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
With that and 25 cents, a free can of foot powder for Big George McGinnis.
And there's his calling card. He says, if you find my shoe, bring it back. Big George. Boy,
he tore ligaments in his left ankle. That is why he is not playing. The foot is in a cast. Doctors say he will not return this year. McGinnis disagrees. One doctor said he needs an operation. McGinnis disagrees.
So he keeps going to different doctors.
He says, I want to find one who tells me I'm going to be healthy in a day and a half. And there's the owner of the 76ers, Fitz Dixon, with his prize, Julius Irving, at the free throw line. If he hits it, they'll be back to within 1. To update you quickly at Indiana, it is now Kansas City 11, Indiana 11. David Thompson, he's got an open man. It's a little high, but Scott brought it down. Scott goes, dishes. Boswell thought he was going all the way. It's offense. Boswell didn't expect the pass.
He should have had his hands out, but they called a charge on the play.
76ers went to full court pressure that time. One of the tip-offs was that Caldwell Jones and Daryl Dawkins were in the backcourt, so you knew they were going to do something off of that free throw.
Highlights last night from Portland, Los Angeles, and Houston, San Antonio. Houston, as Rick Barry comes alive. Jump hook by Caldwell Jones. Tonight, the Rockets play the world champion Washington Bullets of Landover. They must win it no matter what happens today.
Another man came alive. Moses Malone had 29 points, 26 rebounds in a victory over San Antonio.
Wilkerson and Bibby runs it down. Bibby's not feeling well either. This is not a healthy 76er team. Turn it over to Denver. Nuggets can regain the lead. They trail the 76ers 16-15. At the other game, Sam Lacey has just rolled in a hook shot. 15-11. Kings now over the Pacers. I'll try not to confuse everybody, Hot Rod, with 2 games going at once.
You've been incredible. Working them both.
Cheeks from Caldwell.
Back in the old days, John, we never had to worry about all this race. The Lakers would win 56, the Celtics would win 58, and then you beat us 4 straight.
Boswell drives for the layup.
And everybody would be having a nice summer vacation by May.
That's right. Hot Rod introduced me to the playoffs.
Oh, my. Goes to Caldwell. He'll take an outside shot. This is the big lineup. Irving stayed with it.
Speaking of being able to jump, Irving can get up for a man 6'6".
No question about it. He's a person who can really go that offensive board.
Foul underneath. Irving coming up on Boswell.
Well, look at Julius on the tip in. He misses the first try, but then quickly goes right back up and gets it on the second effort.
Notice that inside position that he had right there, and that's why he was able to do that. He wasn't blocked out properly.
If Philadelphia wins this game this afternoon, they are going to wind up number 3 in the East, and they would open on Wednesday night here against New Jersey. New Jersey will be the 6th place team in the East, but Philadelphia can lose the 3 spot if they lose and if Houston wins tonight. And Houston can slide all the way to 5th with Atlanta jumping to 4th. Atlanta is finished. Hubie Brown with another outstanding coaching job. That young team is poised. Irving, nice delay shot.
That's a tremendous shot. He had Boswell draped all over him, and he had to hand up, but Julius double pump and then shot that ball when he was coming down and got the field goal.
Issel, Dawkins went with him, and then Danny pulled up. Good offensive move by the Green Horse.
Here's the pass inside. Boswell there. Watch Julius come down and then put it up off the glass and get the field goal.
It's a pretty good pass in there, too, because he had one man playing defense in front of him and one behind him. Great effort.
Cheeks. They spin off at Dawkins. Bibby worked a good play.
I believe that's Henry Bibby's 1,000th point this year, the first time that he scored that in his career. So congratulations, Henry Bibby.
Havlicek only did it 16 times.
Thompson and Billy C. wanted the offensive foul that time. Bibby right back. It is 24-23 here. Philadelphia up by 1, and Thompson down all over Henry Bibby. No question about that.
That's a tough way to earn 2 free throws. I think if Bibby had it to do over again, he probably wouldn't have given him such a good fake.
And David said if he's going to get this one, he's going to really have to earn it because he didn't give him any chance.
Get a saddle on him.
At Indiana, the Pacers have just scored. They trail Kansas City 17-16 in the first period. Los Angeles carefully watching. They could go to Denver on Tuesday night, or they could be hosting Kansas City in the Forum. But the Lakers must win. They must beat Phoenix later today in the Forum. Thompson scored.
Alley-oop. Oh, what a shot. That one brought rain.
And again, it'll be Portland-Phoenix Tuesday and Friday night. No doubt CBS will have cameras in Portland for Game 2. That should be a dandy series. Dawkins is short. Loose ball foul, says Joe Gashu, and let's hold on.
That's not a good call. Dan Issel was called for the foul. He thought it should have gone the other way. He was trying to block Dawkins away, and Big Dan protested. But Gashu said, no way. The foul's on you, big fella.
Dawkins hooked him right around the collar there, and as Issel tried to push back, he got called for the foul.
Dawkins for the field goal, and in Indiana, Kansas City's lead trimmed again to 3. They were up by 5, 21-18. Wilkerson with a good field.
He is probably the best unsung hero for Denver.
Proctor's loose. And Issel yanked down the miss. David Thompson back on defense. Scott loses control, and Maurice Cheeks, the rookie, has got it. Cheeks now rotates to the middle, goes right up. Issel could not afford that third foul.
That's a tough defensive play to make anyway when a man's bringing it right to you and you're flat-footed. Dan had no chance but to just hold his ground.
Issel has it knocked away. It's Cheeks again. Irving's on the right. Only Scott in the doctor.
They need a timeout. Philadelphia really starting to roll.
Here it is in slow motion. That play before, Hot Rod.
Here's the steal. Cheeks to the hoop. Issel, flat-footed, right over him. Lay it up and in. Timeout. 32-27, Philadelphia.
To celebrate its 50th anniversary, Minolta has added a great new feature to all the automatic features of the electronic Minolta XG7 35mm reflex camera, a $25 cash rebate. And to the exceptional versatility and automatic features of the deluxe Minolta XD11, we've added a $35 rebate. This fabulous Minolta offer will end soon, so hurry and act now. Minolta, the automatic choice for value.
Sears National Automotive Sale. Now get the full power of the maintenance-free Sears 48 for a full $7 off its regular low price. Now on sale, the Sears 48, $42.99 with trade-in. You save $7. Dynaglass belted 25 tires are on their way to Sears Tire and Auto Centers. Right now, save $14 to $28 on a set of 4. It's a big national truckload sale on Sears best-selling belted tires. At Sears.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, where's Bob? I thought he was with you.
No,
you're kidding.
He's not down yet.
Hey, what, do you think something happened?
Let's start looking.
Hey! I'm on a low and brown! Bob!
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Hey, you know, for a minute there, you really had us worried.
I know. Thanks.
We are back in the Spectrum. Let me get you up to date with what happened last night. New Jersey over Boston, New Jersey to the playoffs. San Antonio beaten by Houston, and you will see highlights at halftime as the Rockets stay alive for a Central Division title. Los Angeles with a big one in Portland. Highlights of that, and that was a dandy down the stretch. Phoenix losing to San Diego didn't mean anything for the Suns, who will go Tuesday night against Portland in the playoffs in Phoenix. Here at the Spectrum, Denver with the ball, and they're traveling blue, trailing 32-27. The world champions beaten by Atlanta. Issel to the field goal, 32-29. At Indiana, 22-19. Kansas City over the Pacers. For Denver to win, Kansas City must lose that game. Dawkins straight up on Issel.
Issel played him real good, John. He had him blocked off, but Dawkins easily can jump higher, and Issel got the shot away.
David Thompson that time was also trying to help out, but no, he didn't get there quick enough.
Dawkins coming up, the loose ball foul as the call on the other side by Gashu. David Thompson, and Dawkins gets the foul underneath.
O'Darrell reared back with that ball, and he wisely held on to it. Now he's going to hide it from him.
No, he says it's my ball.
If I was that referee, I wouldn't beg for it. Whatever you want, Darrell.
So in a one-on-one situation, here comes John Havlicek's former teammate from the Boston Celtics. And John, I understand that Harry Mangurian has bought 100% of the Celtics and John Y. Brown is out. Is that correct?
That's what I read in today's paper, and I think that with that situation, there's been speculation about Auerbach, whether he's going to stay or not. Looks like Red might be around for a while.
Tim Hughes tracked down Robert Smith, number 5. Smith's open on the right side, and he can fly. Oh, Julius blocked. Cheeks runs it down now. Denver's back on defense. Cheeks with a spinning move. Tries to get Smith up and couldn't. Now they'll wait. And here comes the thundering herd for Billy C. Dawkins and Irving to set up. Irving wants it against Wilson, and they didn't get it to him. Now they do. Hughes must take Dawkins. Shot clock down to 3. Shot clock at 2, and he's short. And Caldwell Jones, the big lineup score.
Just been very repetitious of the past 2 games, Brett. Again, Philadelphia beating the Denver Nuggets on the offensive boards. On the year, every 100 shots, they get 39 back.
Robert Smith with Cheeks comes into the lane, fakes, and Cheeks had to hold up for it. He fouled him, and David Thompson with a high arch. Hughes, offensive rebound, other side. Good shot.
Good pass by Kim Hughes that time. He went up to get the rebound. He saw he was covered, dished it off the other side of the hoop.
24-19 Kansas City in the other game. Irving with time running down in the first period. Here come the Nuggets. They trail here by 5. Boswell spins. Dawkins off,
Oh, he could feel that one all the way. When he got that pass right at midcourt, triggered by Dawkins, there was no stopping him, and the doctor just glided right up for the dunk shot.
He had that one step, and there was no stopping him. When you get that, you're on your way to the races.
And the catalyst, of course, Dawkins, perfect timing as he got that ball out to Julius.
Smith in and out. Taken out by Cheeks. Here he comes again. In a game of foot race, he missed the layup that time as the first period comes to an end. So, here in the Spectrum in Philadelphia, the 76ers driving toward third in the East, lead it 38-31.
Chevrolet explains the aerodynamics of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
In wind tunnel tests, these strings help tell how well a car slips through air. The more slippery the car, the easier it can be on gas. The Chevy Citation hatchback will be the most aerodynamically efficient family car Chevy's ever built. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car.
Chevy Citation.
State Farm agent Ray Bernard.
As I say, the only thing we sell is service. The least thing I can give is to be nice along with that service. And when it gets to where I can't be just as nice to someone when they come in with a problem or with a claim as when they come in to buy insurance, then I better get out of the business or take a few days off.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Jack Sigma. Signals can warn you of trouble, and we should all know the signals of a heart attack. A pressure in the middle of your chest, like a squeezing or tightening, which may spread to the neck, shoulders, and arms. You may also feel faint, dizzy, sweaty, or sick to your stomach. If you get a warning signal, get help quickly. It could save your life.
This message for the American Heart Association was presented as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
We are back at the Spectrum, and the CBS Sports Spectacular goes to China Saturday, April 21st. That should be interesting. Here in the NBA at Indiana, Phil Ford and Ricky Sobers have exchanged field goals. The Pacers have added a free throw, 28-23, as the Kings edge toward that Midwest Division championship. And a first-round bye, which would match Denver and Los Angeles Tuesday night in Denver, no matter what the Lakers do against Phoenix. Dish to Mix, and there's a foul as he came inside. It's against Boswell.
In the lineup, Eric Money along with Mix. There's two good players that have helped this club all year long. And Eric Money, in the last 2 minutes of games played this year, has hit 5 times for game-winning baskets.
Here comes Robert Smith for the Nuggets, and Jones.
Oh, that could have been goaltending.
Sure could have.
Could have been
Outlet
called
to
that
Eric
way.
Money. Here's Henry Bibby inside of Wilkerson, high arch. Loose ball, and the tried to run it down, goes out of bounds. Danny Issel saving him over there.
That's a funny way to save him. Looked like Dan was trying to twist his hand. I'll fix the doctor.
We have Anthony Roberts in the game for Denver, and he was out earlier in the year. They're hoping that he can provide that added scoring punch off the bench during the playoffs.
Wilkerson. They get tied up inside, and on the turnover, bad outlet by the doctor. Right to Roberts, Boswell, dish off. Wilkerson sloppy.
That's great defense by Caldwell Jones. And probably more than the defense was his intimidation.
That's
his
right.
very presence there forced that turnover.
No question about it. And sometimes you want people to pass the ball, but that time they overpassed.
They have just ended the first period at Indiana. Cotton Fitzsimmons and the Kansas City Kings lead it 32-23 over the Pacers. And Denver needs a Pacer comeback. Mix.
Denver needs their own comeback. This Philadelphia bench doing a job. Old Steve Mix from Toledo U. Very steady performer.
One of the most consistent in the NBA.
Ellis, Hughes, Roberts, Smith, and Wilkerson. This is Kim Hughes with a running hook shot, and Jones blocked it. Eric Money, Bibby, the Doctor, Caldwell Jones, and Mix on the floor for Billy C. Mix tried to bat it up and in, away from Bibby, and on the move comes Wilkerson. The Doctor's there, one-on-one, and Bobby goes up and missed the layup. Wilkerson is off his game right now. Lead to Money, to Bibby, deflected Ellis.
And he had made a great move, Bobby Wilkerson. He changed hands with the ball and got the defensive man to sway back, but he missed the easy layup.
76ers with a win would clinch third and open against New Jersey Wednesday night here in the Spectrum. The Doctor is fouled as he came around right to left. If San Antonio beats Cleveland this afternoon, they'll win the Central. And Houston must win tonight regardless of what San Antonio and Philadelphia do if they are to stay ahead of Atlanta. Otherwise, they will open the mini-series in Atlanta. It is Washington and Houston tonight in Landover.
How do you play a guy like that, John? Julius Erving, you've been against him many times.
You don't want to let him set up inside because that's where he comes up with moves that haven't even been invented yet. What you want to try and do is keep him away from the basket as far out on the floor as possible and hope to get help from some of your weak side players.
15 points for the Doctor here in the first half. Nuggets go to Ellis, who comes up. Nuggets are cold. Money's the man in the middle for the 76ers. Bibby comes to the baseline. Hughes was already fouled.
He doesn't like the call, but it was a good one. He tried to put the brakes on and double pump the fake and walk with the ball. We got a timeout.
So we've got a timeout here in Philadelphia. Second period is underway in Indiana. Darnell Hillman up with a shot. Off, and the Pacers will come back down.
Mr. Goodwrench, there's a clunking noise in the back, and no one has been able to find it.
Well, I'll take a look.
Oh, good.
Mr. Goodwrench really understands your General Motors car, and dealer service bulletins from GM help him spot problems fast.
Find it?
Sure did. Found it right here in this new GM service bulletin.
Keep that great GM feeling.
With Mr. Goodwrench.
And genuine GM parts.
He's at over 6,000 participating GM dealers.
If you know someone who's still spraying it, help them out. Tell them to get on the stick with Menon Speed Stick. With Menon, you get effective deodorant protection. Speed Stick is solid. Nothing's wasted. It's a lot more deodorant for your money. You can buy this 3-ounce can of the leading aerosol, use it up, buy another, use it up, and buy a third before you'd use up one 2.5-ounce Speed Stick. So if you know someone who's still spraying, tell them to get on the stick with Menon Speed Stick deodorant.
Now try and forget one of America's largest life insurance companies, Lincoln National Life. We're easy to remember.
CBS Sports is proud to present the 1979 Masters. Saturday, April 14th and Sunday, April 15th on CBS Sports.
Here in Philadelphia, Billy Cunningham and the 76ers are in command of the Denver Nuggets, 41-31. And we want to keep you up to date on that other game, which is unfolding at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. It's the Pacers in Kansas City. Let's go to Gary Bender.
City Kings are in
in the blue. We have a score of Kansas City 32, Indiana 25, with 10:13 remaining before halftime. Kansas City got off very slowly in this game, trailing 7-2, only to really put it together as Johnny Davis makes it a 32-27 game.
That's what quickness will do for you. A little hesitation outside. He spun inside, got a real sweet finger roll. He got it to drop.
Billy McKinney playing now for Phil Ford, who's catching a breather. Bob Nash hits. As Cotton Fitzsimmons said, his team is tired, and he's gone to his reserves here early in the game.
Those same reserves got him in trouble against the New Jersey Nets.
And now driving in is Silvers, and McKinney on the drive. Billy McKinney behind the back, broken up by Billy Knight. McKinney, he walked with the basketball. So that's our story, 34-27. Let's go back now to the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
Away. Here is Al Skinner, 30, who has checked in for Billy C. And on the turnover, the Nuggets trying to get a streak to climb back into this as Carl Scheer, the general manager of the Nuggets, looks on. And Tommy Heinsohn, the former Boston Celtic coach. Does that mean anything, John?
Well, it could mean that there might be something going on. You know that Denver's looking for a coach after this season is over, and there are a few people in the running. Tommy is in there for sure.
Wilkerson on the rebound. Here's Robert Smith looking for daylight, and Eric Money with that quickness wouldn't let him have the hole. Now they'll go to Anthony Roberts. Missed everything, and they'll go back the other way.
I can remember a playoff game with Tommy Heinsohn going into the corner, yelling with his hand up for the ball. Bill Russell grabbed the offensive rebound, was going to stuff it down, and Heinsohn yelled at him, "I'm open, get it over here." My man would put it up, huh, John?
Tommy Gunn, that's what they used to call him.
Russell said, "Are you kidding me?" And then whapped it right through.
So the former coach of the Celtics is sitting with the general manager of the Nuggets. Donnie Walsh has already said he will not coach the Nuggets next year under any circumstance, even though he has done a fine job as an interim coach. Nick's underhand rejection by the Skywalker. David Thompson batted it out.
Speaking of Donnie before the game, Brent, he says he's going to think about it. He might like to come back next year.
Well, that's what winning might do, huh? Change his mind.
Here we have Steve Mix jockeying for position inside. He comes over and tries to scoop it up. David Thompson wipes it away.
There will be a lot of coaching changes in the NBA. Skinner batted away from Thompson and out of bounds. Nuggets keep possession.
I understand there's an opening in 2. Montana for a coaching job. How about that one, John?
Here's Issel out over Jones.
Brent has that one all locked up.
Money.
Going back to Coach's old alma mater.
Skinner. Issel taken out of bounds. The Nuggets 45-32. New Jersey leading the Celtics 13-11. Chicago, Detroit. Doesn't mean a thing, but that one means a whole bunch. San Antonio and Cleveland tied. If San Antonio wins it, they capture the Central. They are in control of their own destiny, and so too is Kansas City, and they lead the Indiana Pacers. Billy McKinney has just come off the bench right now, and he's keying the attack for Cotton. Here it's the doctor coming up. Issel the rebound, and a foul underneath.
We're going to call that on Boswell of Denver. And here's a technical. That'll be on Donnie Walsh.
That's a sure sign that Walsh is thinking of coming back. Got the technical. He's up protesting.
He said, I'm really on an ego trip right now. I'm so proud of these players. Here's that foul a moment ago. Boswell trying to get position inside. And I don't see how he made the foul.
Real tough call there. I think that they could have let that one go because there really wasn't anything that Boswell could do. He just happened to be there. Mix added a little acting ability to that one, so fooled the official that time.
To add a little flavor to this game, the two coaches, Billy Cunningham of Philadelphia and Donnie Walsh of Denver, were roommates in college at North Carolina.
Irving over Roberts.
If he starts hitting that shot, that's what really makes him tough. Then you have to come up and play him, and if you do, he has that ability to go by you.
Kansas City leads 36-29. Scott has it knocked away. The doctor comes out. It's Al Skinner. No, he missed the slam dunk. Instead of an easy layup, he tried to get fancy, and he blew the whole thing. Scott in and out, and it's Mix-off. Lead now to Eric Money, 2-on-1. Thompson, and Money puts the Sixers up 50-34.
Eric Money had David Thompson thinking that he was going to pass cross court to the left side to Irving, and he pulled him and went right in for the layup. Fine play by Eric Money.
If things hold this way, Philadelphia and New Jersey would open Wednesday. It'd be Los Angeles at Denver Tuesday. Roberts is off, but again, Philadelphia would have to hold on. Kansas City, it won't matter if Denver loses. Irving taken down by Issel. Now it's Charles Scott checking the right side of the floor. Hits David Thompson. Thompson straight up on Money. Bounded to Issel. The big horse is off. The Nuggets have been ice cold to the spectrum. How's that for Philly defense? Roberts foul. Chance for a three-pointer.
You got to say that Big Dan is really working hard in him. He threw a head fake that did not even move Caldwell Jones. He made the block, but then coming back, the field goal would count by Roberts. As Donnie Walsh, the Denver coach, wants to talk to his club.
So it is timeout at Indiana. It is 38-32. Sobers makes it 38-34. Here it's 50-36.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hello, Consley.
Hi, Dad.
I heard a rumor you finally passed the bar exam.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Frank?
Frank will have the prime ribs and a couple of Lowenbrow.
Prime ribs? Lowenbrow? What are you doing?
Buying dinner for the guy who put me through law school.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Just the good friends.
Good friends.
Chevrolet explains the versatility of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
With the back seat down, the 1980 Chevy Citation hatchback is like a station wagon. Back seat up, you get mid-size room for 5 adults. And look, the hatchback will have a cover, so what's inside can't be seen. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car. Coming to your Chevy dealers Thursday, April 19th.
Chevy Citation.
Hey, come here. Take a look at this. See? Wow. The McCulloch chainsaws. This is the Power Mac 320. Look at these teeth. They can sharpen themselves with a press of this button. Wow. And see this? Is that a tail? No, it's a handle mounted to soak up vibration. What's this? McCulloch's chain brake handguard. For safety. That's smart. No other saw at any price has all those features. Yeah, but it doesn't have much personality. And you do?
Buy a McCulloch 320. Get $17.89 worth of accessories free.
Here's that head fake, Hot Rod.
Big Dan Issel, he'll show you how to get the dandruff out of your hair. Give him a double pump, Dan. That's it.
What's that?
You know, Hot Rod, as we watch Issel, and I see him here at the side of the free throw line, coming back up with that other fake. Caldwell was right there. But I noticed that Issel's right elbow has been bleeding, and they have a bandage. Remember that hard fall he took down here early? They put a bandage on that right now.
He's a good competitor, though. He'll stay right in there and hang tough. Roberts got the free throw. It's a three-point play for Denver.
Denver is 2 of 14 this period. They have not shot well, but as Issel rebounds, I want to say something about Philadelphia's defense. It's a lot better this year. Boswell glides through.
Thompson making the pass for the fast break layup. Well, we got an injury timeout here for Daryl Dawkins. Al Domenico, the trainer, comes out. He's got that can. John, you've had this on you before. That don't hurt no more.
Right, a little bit of Freon. It just freezes it and you're ready to go.
Meanwhile, they've just called timeout in Indianapolis. It is 40-37. The Kings lead Indiana. The Pacers are not surrendering, and we'll have the Long Beach Grand Prix later after this game, except I believe in the Los Angeles area. Los Angeles watching this game, of course, today with great interest because it affects where the Lakers will open the playoffs. Dawkins coming up on Issel to the glass.
Darryl obviously knows that Dan ain't going to put a hand up because of foul trouble, and he's just taking his time and shooting over him.
That's right. He's not going to be able to jump up there and bother him, so he's just going to try and keep that foot position, keep him away from the basket.
Roberts went inside to Scott, and Mix was... Oh, look at the Philadelphia defense.
Here we have Dawkins and Issel inside. You see the feed in from the top of the key, and Dan, he just holds his ground, trying to keep him away from the basket as much as possible.
And remember, Philadelphia playing without Bobby Jones as Mix is battled away, but scored goaltending Boswell.
the 76ers are running extremely well today, and last Friday in Indiana, they had 60 points scored against them, so they're going to turn the tables today if they can. Here we have Mix going in, and Boswell taking it right off the top of the rim.
He might as well. That basket would have counted anyway. Mix had the wide open layup. Philadelphia is really getting the ball quickly. Denver not getting back, but Philadelphia is doing a great job of starting the break.
Jack Whitaker with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's coming up at halftime. David Thompson looking in on Skinner. He'll take the outside shot. Didn't work a play. Right to Roberts. They go 0 for 3, and Roberts back up. 1 of 4 scored for Anthony.
That's just a great effort, John.
It's a great effort, and one of the reasons was because the 76ers, their 2 guards released. They were at the half-court line. They told the big fellas, get it. We want to get that easy deuce at the other end, and it cost them that time.
Al Skinner, formerly of the Nets, with the left-handed shot, 56-41. 76ers have dominated. Scott outside. High bounce, Dawkins.
Boswell knocked it away. Darrell just misjudged his leap, and Boswell got a hand on it, knocked it off of Dawkins and out of bounds.
Oh, Boswell.
If you weren't able to jump, Rod, you'd probably box your man out and take it off in front of you.
Just off of Charlie Scott's body and out of bounds on the turnover. So from the side, Philadelphia 76ers. Kevin Lockree's 2 former players, Money and Skinner, were bringing it up. Billy will miss Doug Collins because he's going to need a big guard when they get into the playoffs. There's no question on that. Eric Money, I'm somewhat surprised that David Thompson hasn't had things his own way in this game.
You're speaking of Doug Collins. Without him, Philadelphia's only like about 8 and 17 on the year.
Blocking foul. Thompson was fouled as he came inside. Skinner picked him up and fouled him. At Indianapolis, it is 44-39. Kings.
It's Thompson's move going right to left. Skinner blocked him out and is called for the block foul.
Thompson glides inside. High arch on Irving. We're down. Money calls the play, and you can see how sloppy Denver has been. When the Nuggets started out on this 5-game road trip, they could have finished anywhere from 2 to 7. They could have lost the playoff spot. Knicks with a good shot. They have wrapped up a playoff position. They could still finish second. Depends on a win here. They must come back. Offense against Boswell, out of control into the lane.
Nick set up the defense perfectly, and Boswell gave him the head shoulder fake, but Steve retaliated, got back, took the full charge, down he goes, and it'll be Philadelphia basketball. So we got a timeout at the Spectrum.
60-43 with 2:50 to go in the first half. The Pacers can close to within 1 in Indianapolis.
Hey, Corvallis, Oregon. Who introduced the radial tire?
He did.
Hey, Lexington, Kentucky. Who makes only radial tires?
He does.
He's the Michelin man. And at Michelin, we put you first. That's why we won't make a second-best tire. Because the only thing more important than our tires are the people who ride on them. Hey, Independence, Missouri. Who's the fastest-growing tire company in America?
Michelin.
At Michelin, we put you first.
Can the 19 3/4-cent Bic shaver shave as well as a Track 2? We went to the Cheeks of America to check it out.
No difference. I can't tell the difference. To me, there's absolutely no difference.
In our test, 58% found the Bic shave equal to or better than the Track 2 shave. Yet 4 Bic shavers are an incredible 79 cents. Why spend more when there's
No difference.
What about the price?
Big difference.
Time was when only men did home fix-up jobs. Times have changed, thanks to Durusto. Durusto Galvagrip sticks tight to protect all galvanized metals. Durusto Minute Finish Spray prevents rust with just 1 coat in 18 colors. Durusto Barbecue Black is heat resistant. 1 coat primes, finishes, and protects. Home paint-up's a snap with Durusto.
Over 100 home fix-up paint-up products.
We are back. Cleveland and San Antonio tied at 29. Philadelphia in control here. Johnny Davis has just pulled Indiana to within 1. Let's go to Gary Bender for an update.
Welcome to the fans that have joined us here in Indianapolis. The Pacers in white, the Kings in blue. 3 minutes to go in this first half. We have a one-point game. Kansas City leading the Indiana Pacers 48-47, and Cotton Fitzsimmons is concerned.
Cotton is orchestrating out there, but he just missed a tremendous individual effort by Lynn Elmore just to come up with that ball. Rebounding in between two Kings, made a big dive, but he called for traveling, and Phil Ford works down here on Johnny Davis.
A big story has been Johnny Davis. He has 20 points. He may have 22 now. Nice pass to English, and now Indiana's taken the lead, 49-48, after being down by 7 points after the first period of play. The Indiana Pacers roaring back, led by Johnny Davis. Davis's outside shooting has produced 20 points in this game with 2:35 remaining before halftime. 49-48, the Indiana Pacers with the lead. Kansas City now playing catch-up basketball.
So the burden is on Denver if they can come back now. It is obvious Kansas City will have its hands full. Dawkins is short with a miss. Can the Nuggets get a string going? Scott to Issel. Here comes the big horse.
That's the second basket by Issel. Back-to-back hoops. A moment ago, he really threw it into second gear and went right by the big fella Dawkins. So Big Dan is coming back strong, and Denver is down by 13.
The last Sunday of the regular season, and drama unfolds every place. Back to Money from Mix. Money works outside at the perimeter. Denver must get tough at the defensive end. Irving using the Dawkins screen is off. There's all blue. The Denver bench was told Kansas City is having trouble. They realize they can win now in the Midwest. Scott, Money is right there with him. Inside at 2 minutes, first half in Philly. David Thompson comes up on Skinner and put it down 60-49.
6 unanswered points by Denver.
And Houston plays Washington tonight, a game the Rockets must win in Landover. Skinner yo-yoing the dribble, 40 seconds left. Denver knows they'll get it back. Money glides into the right side, sealed up, there's a foul.
That's charging. That's a good call. Money turned right into his man, and Charlie Scott is hurt. It's back.
Now Charlie Scott is limping over there to the bench. He's all right. Inbounds it. Tells Chopper I'm strong. They raise it big and tough in North Carolina. Now it's Thompson. 28 seconds. 76ers will get it back. 11 on the shot clock, and now 10. Bo Ellis gives it back to David Thompson. Danny Issel short, but Ellis is there, fresh 24. They can run it out at 14, and they make it now 60-51.
I think the coach would have liked for him to hold that ball up and look for one, but he made the field goal.
Time running out now. Last shot time. Skinner pull up on Thompson. 62-51 into the first half, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is coming up here at halftime. Meanwhile, Kansas City has gone back ahead against Indiana. Otis Birdsong with the free throw.
When you shoot a lot of pool and bars, you want to stay fast and loose, and you don't want to get filled up. That's why I drink light beer from Miller. It's got 1/3 less calories than their regular beer, and it's less filling. Plus, the taste is great. And even though a lot of people don't think pool is strenuous, let me tell you something. You can work up a real good thirst, even when you're just showing off.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Chevrolet explains the room of citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
Most car engines are mounted like this, but Citation's engine is mounted like this to give you more room. In fact, Chevy Citation, a compact car, has interior room that the EPA rates as midsize. The 1980 Chevy Citation. It's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car. Coming to your Chevy dealers Thursday, April 19th.
Chevy Citation.
Olympic medalist Susie Korok for Color Track by RCA.
My hat's blue, my vest is yellow, and my pants are hot dog red. If these colors don't look right, see them on a 1979 Color Track. Getting the color right is what it's all about. And now, with channel lock tuning, it tracks the color more automatically than ever.
Before you see the Color Track system grabs it, aligns it, defines it, sharpens it, tones it, and locks the color on track.
RCA is making television better and better.
score on the training, and what do you get? A gold medal.
Got to give it all you got to pour it on.
Pour on the Wheaties, and what do you get? Plenty. Nutritious, good-tasting whole wheat with all the natural brand fiber left in each crunchy golden flake. And 8 important vitamins and iron, too. So make yours a nutritious Wheaties breakfast, then pour it on.
Wheaties is the breakfast of champions.
When you mention NBA superstars, the name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is foremost on the list. Jack Whitaker asked Jabbar if he has changed down through the years.
I think I'm smarter, and I know the game a lot better. I understand the game better, but the basic me hasn't changed at all. People see me out there, I'm still deadpan. Mr. Cunit, who was my algebra teacher in high school and ended up being the assistant coach, he saw me play my first game at Powell Memorial, and he said, "Well, you drink ice water or something?" We had a really tough game with All Hallows, and it was tight toward the end, and I didn't get emotional or anything. I just played as hard as I could. And it shocked him. I guess it's just a style I've always had, and has nothing to do with me really being cool. It's just the way things look.
Because inwardly, apparently you do feel, don't you? Emotion.
Definitely.
Yeah. I guess the biggest emotion was last year with the Benson affair. Tell us about that. How do you look back on that?
Well, it was something I had to deal with, my own emotional reaction to the tough part of my job. I don't think anybody would mind their job if it didn't have the negative aspects of it, but that's part of it. You're going to get knocked around. You're going to get swung at from time to time, and I just wasn't in control enough to deal with it the way it had to be dealt with. It's just something I had to learn.
But you've been getting this, you're a target, aren't you, in this league?
Definitely.
Yeah. And you've had to, I think, perhaps you've handled it better than anybody else could have handled it.
Well,
it's been going on for 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And again, with me, I'm in a unique situation. There's nobody I could talk to about it. There's nobody, let's say, other than Will Chamberlain, that had to take a physical beating.
Have you ever talked to Wilt about it?
I talked to him when I was in high school, and Wilt has his own idiosyncrasies, and what he had to say really didn't come across as very meaningful at the time. So I just had to really...
You had to find it out yourself?
Yeah.
Work it out yourself?
That's the way it goes.
What do you feel about violence in basketball?
Well, a lot of it's inevitable. It's a very emotional game. And when you have people at a high emotional pitch trying to do the best they can to win, you're going to have situations where things get out of hand. Case in point, the Rudy Tomjanovich, Kermit Washington incident. Once something like that has started to happen, it's almost impossible to stop it, because no one that I have met in my life can just completely control their emotions in the turn of a second. And you're going to have things like that happening.
In other words, you can't prevent them completely from happening.
Not completely, but out of all the things done, I do think that the removal of the hand-checking rule has helped that an awful lot, because it's removed a very annoying physical aspect of the game. Something where there's no way to tell if somebody's holding you and impeding your progress, or just holding you. It's impossible. And things like that tend to wear on you emotionally and make you annoyed, and get your whole mind to thinking that you got to do something about it. And I think the elimination of that has helped calm that down a great deal.
And there's the less violence, the better the game. Don't you believe that?
Definitely. Definitely.
How big a change in your life was your change of religion?
It was a big change, but it was something that was the result of an involvement.
Yes.
It didn't just happen at one instant. I think my last year in high school, I started to question the things that I had been told and taught, and look into other things. And from that moment until approximately 3 years later, I searched things out and chose a different lifestyle.
And that lifestyle now has made you more happy, more content, let's say?
Well, it's given me a basis to build on. I don't think anybody's philosophy of itself is going to make them happy or sad. I think what they do with their lives is the most important thing.
What do you want to do with your life?
I just want it to be a positive statement, if that's at all possible. Now, that could involve a number of different things happening, but if it's positive, I can accept it and live with it.
The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station.
Monday, it's a bunny, it's a beagle, it's Snoopy up to his old tricks. Get your Easter goodies Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain. It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown.
This is CBS.
It's at all possible. Now, that could involve a number of different things happening, but if it's positive, I can accept it and live with it.
The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station.
Monday, it's a bunny, it's a beagle, it's Snoopy up to his old tricks. Get your Easter goodies Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain. It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown.
This is CBS.
Basketball is everyone's game. Short folks, tall folks, girl folks, boy folks, young folks, all folks. Basketball is everyone's game. Basketball, it's your game.
At the conclusion of today's game and each of our NBA telecasts during the season, again, we're going to be selecting the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game. In conjunction with this award, Chevrolet will present a check for $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the Players College or University. Any student may be eligible to benefit from these scholarship funds. Today's winner will be announced at the end of the telecast, and John Havlicek, Hot Rod Hundley, and myself, along with our producer Bill Barnes, our director Sandy Grossman, will decide who's going to be the MVP. And should we disagree, I don't know, we'll probably ask the gentleman behind me to cast the deciding ballot. But anyhow, we've had the MVP the last couple of years, and it's worked out well. We got highlights coming up. In the second period, San Antonio leads Cleveland 47-39. Kansas City ahead of Indiana by a point at the half. Let's go to the highlights from last night. A sellout crowd in Houston. The Rockets build up a 29-point lead. The San Diego Spurs come down on the attack. Mark Oberding is open at the free throw line. Billy Paulston gets open moments later, and the Spurs suddenly have moved to within 13. The Rockets must win this game to have any chance to win the Central Division title. Calvin Murphy spots daylight, rolls the length of the floor, and the hook shot is good. Rick Barry turns in one of his best offensive nights of the season for Tom Nisulke. It's 94-73 at the end of 3. Brian Dunleavy gets open underneath. Robert Reed spots him right now, and the Rockets are back in command. Barry with 20 points, and Moses Malone with 29 points and 26 rebounds lead the Rockets to a victory. And tonight, they must close out their season against the Washington Bullets. Slick Watts goes for the layup as time runs out. Mike Newland on the follow. 123-106, Houston. In Portland, Los Angeles with the ball. They must win this game if they are to have a home court advantage in the playoffs. Abdul-Jabbar with the goggles, first time in 3 weeks, spots Ron Boone open underneath. The Lakers lead the Trailblazers in Portland, where they're almost invincible. Norm Nixon with a jump shot outside. The lead swells. Kenny Carr will find Adrian Dantley, and it's 80-64, the largest Laker lead. But Portland comes right back. In the fourth period, Dave Twardzik makes it 88-82. Tom Owens takes a pass from T.R. Dunn. 93-92, Los Angeles after the basket. Jimmy Price playing with Norm Nixon in the backcourt. Goes to Kareem, gets it back, hits the field goal. The Lakers lead it by 3 with 4 minutes to go. Jimmy Price knocks it away from T.R. Dunn, drives in to put L.A. up by 5 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But again, it was Portland rallying. Watch their outstanding rookie, Michael Thompson. Offensive rebound, and they are back to within 1 point. They get the ball back on a turnover. They will go to Maurice Lucas, who comes baseline. Abdul-Jabbar, though, is right with him. Maurice will not be wide open. The shot misses. And Los Angeles scores a 99-98 victory. So that sets the stage for our final Sunday of the season. The conference standings in the East look like this. No matter how far Washington goes, they will have the home court advantage. San Antonio leading Cleveland in the second. They must win that game to ensure themselves of a Central Division title. Philadelphia would be third if they hold on and beat Denver. Houston must beat Washington tonight to stay ahead of Atlanta, or they will slip back to fifth. The only thing we know is that New Jersey for sure is sixth, but they might be opening someplace else. In the West, Seattle with a home court as far as they go. They won the Pacific Friday night in Los Angeles. Kansas City, leading Indiana by a point, must win that game to win the Midwest Division. Phoenix will open on Tuesday night at home against Portland. It could be Los Angeles in Denver, but if Kansas City should lose and Denver wins, then it will be Kansas City in Los Angeles. And of course, after the NBA action this afternoon, we'll be switching out to the West Coast for the Long Beach Grand Prix. Let's go to Ken Squire for an update on the action so far. Kenny?
Here at the Long Beach Grand Prix, it is the lull before the storm as some 100,000 spectators continue to trickle in to see this $600,000 race and see this car, which was one of 9 cars to break the old record established by Tony Bryce 5 years ago. This car, the Ferrari T4, being tweaked in the final moments for this driver, Gilles Villeneuve of Montreal. Congratulations on the pole position.
Thank you, Ken.
What about the race?
Well, I think it's looking quite good right now. This morning warm-up, I had the quickest time by a good margin, and the tires are holding very, very well. They don't seem to be going off. There's no wear on them, so I think we're looking good.
How comfortable is that car?
Well, it's not exactly a Cadillac, but it's not that bad.
Gilles Villeneuve with a car valued over $100,000, which sits on the pole to lead 23 others into turn number 1 in a matter of just a little while for this Long Beach Grand Prix.
This Olympus OM1 brought back photographs from around the world, but it wasn't on vacation. The OM1 went into combat, where rugged reliability is a necessity. The OM1 recorded disasters because it's fast and responsive. In fact, wherever you find news, you'll find the gutsy Olympus OM1. It's used by United Press International worldwide. The Olympus OM1. It's outsold all compact SLRs. You know our pictures. Now you know our name. The Olympus OM1 is #1.
Chevrolet explains the aerodynamics of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
In wind tunnel tests, these strings help tell how well a car slips through air. The more slippery the car, the easier it can be on gas. The Chevy Citation hatchback will be the most aerodynamically efficient family car Chevy's ever built. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car.
Chevy Citation. Marathons, cross country, everybody's on the run. Not just so much to stay in shape, but cause it's lots of fun. And the light, refreshing taste today is what we're looking for. That's why 7-Up is turning up now more and more. Reaching up, warming up, looking up, running up. America is turning 7-Up, moving up, jogging up, feeling up, being up. America is turning 7-Up.
We in sports support Variety Clubs International, one of the greatest children's charities in the world. Variety provides funds for children's hospitals, camps, schools, limb banks, nurseries, and hundreds of additional programs to alleviate the plight of underprivileged and handicapped children. No one stands taller than he who stoops to help a child. So stand tall and help the needy kids in your area by supporting your local Variety Club. Thank you.
Preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. General Motors, people building transportation to serve people. Alcoa, producer of energy-saving aluminum. And by Avis, featuring Super Saver weekend, holiday, and vacation rates.
We are back in the Spectrum, ready to start the second half with the Sixers leading the Nuggets 62-51.
The statistics, field goal wise, Denver hitting 44%, Philadelphia 55, free throws 71-88 respectively. The big difference in the ballgame has been the turnovers, 12 by Denver, 7 by Philadelphia, and Charlie Scott has committed 5 of those turnovers, John.
Well, the thing is, the 76ers are shooting very well, but mainly because they're fast breaking so well. And when you get that type of situation, you should convert.
John, you made a very interesting point about statistics. There's so many meaningless numbers, particularly scoring averages. And you said, coming off of the college season, how nice it was to see a couple of guys who passed the ball get all the publicity, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
That's right. I feel that those two people did more for basketball in the last couple of months of the season than has been done for a long time. If you get people conscious of passing, everyone's going to become involved with you, and it's a team sport. You have to move the ball around. You have to be able to play with each other, and I truly enjoyed those people.
25,000 points. They threw you the ball every time. Right?
I ran a lot. I got the easy, fast breaks.
When I was with LA, I threw it to you a couple of times.
At halftime, San Antonio 57, Cleveland 49. And if San Antonio wins, they'll capture the Central Division. The numbers that matter, 62-51. The Sixers lead it as a team.
And that scoring in the first half, Philadelphia's bench outscored Denver's by 11, and that's exactly the spread as we go to the third quarter.
And the doctor comes up to the free throw line. If you get into a game of daylight, a schoolyard game, and Julius is on the floor, you are in trouble no matter what happens in the playoffs, because that's his kind of basketball game. If you slow the 76ers down, take away their fast break, play tough defense against the doctor, then it can be a different kind of afternoon against him.
In the first half, he had 5 rebounds, and 4 of them were on the offensive board. He had 17 points, making 7 of 15 shots in the first half.
And I'll tell you a couple of teams that have looked good all year. The only 2 teams with winning records on the road in the NBA, the world champion Washington Bullets under Dick Motta and the Seattle Supersonics under Lenny Wilkins. The Nuggets have turned it over. It is Bibby to the doctor and Dawkins from the right baseline. Wilkerson is down with the miss. 63-51. Denver in blue trails. They must win. Kansas City must lose if they are to win the mid. Oh, David Thompson. Good scoop.
A smart play because Dawkins was right there. He knew he was there, and he leaned in and extended a hand and made the shot.
He would have had to come through his body to be able to get to that shot.
Doctor now with Wilkerson on him. 3-second violation. They have turned it over. Nuggets will take it out on the side. Scott, Thompson, Wilkerson, Issel, and Tommy Boswell. Wilkerson gets it inside on the doctor, dishes Boswell. And they miss the layup. Tommy Boswell's had a rough afternoon here. They burned the doctor. He had his back turned on defense. Bibby's blocked. Thompson, David Thompson has come alive. He looks like he may take charge of this game. Here it is. Thompson behind his back. This is it. Showtime. Here he comes.
Watch the block as we look again. What a pass he made. That's the other end. He's doing it all. Bibby took it right to him, and Dave blocked it. Bibby falls down to try and draw a foul, but no soap. Now here's the pass.
Notice what happened was that Bibby was at the other end of the floor. They had a 5-on-4, and they had to pick up David, and he made a beautiful pass to Issel.
Irving at the perimeter. 65-55. 10-point difference. They are just about ready to start the third period in Indianapolis. They are running slightly behind us. Shoot it. Wilkerson blows it. What was he waiting for under there, Rod?
Should have put it right up quickly. He had Caldwell Jones there, and I think, again, his presence intimidated him to rush the shot, and they have missed time after time the easy layup.
I'm not rooting for Denver. I just want like 2 overtimes this afternoon.
Let's get a tight game. Come on back.
Wilkerson to high off the glass, and Caldwell Jones off now to Bibby. Bibby goes across Maurice Cheeks, the underrated rookie, Chicago and West Texas State. Only rookie to start all 82 games this year.
Dan Issel coming over the back will get that foul, and Dawkins visibly upset. Williams comes over to try and pull him off, but we got another timeout.
Timeout in the Spectrum. They're on the floor at Indianapolis. Cotton Fitzsimmons, his point that Sam Lacey, Phil Ford, Slick Leonard on the other side says we trail it by a point. Let's go get him.
Philadelphia's up 10 here.
The Miller people promised me a case of light beer if I could keep this ball spinning for the length of this commercial. Now, I'm not one to show off, but I do just about anything for a few light beers. You see, light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer and it's less filling, so I can stay loose. But the thing I like best is the taste. And I believe at this time that somebody here owes me a case of that taste. Thanks a lot, boys. See you around.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hi, Charlie.
General Motors does make a lot of cars, but a lot of people don't know that we are the biggest producer of diesel electric locomotives. My kids call it, they call it the locomotive factory.
John Schranz, locomotive tester. This is who we are and what we do at General Motors.
We test the final product. When we start the locomotive up for the first time, it rumbles a little bit and it runs. It's just a great feeling. They call us the glory people, but it takes everybody to make a product. Everybody's got to be good, and they are. They are craftsmen in their own way. It's hard to explain. It is a relationship, man and his machine. That engine is probably the best engine in the world. We need the railroad industry. There's no 2 ways around it. We are part of it, and I think we do a heck of a job.
General Motors. People building transportation to serve people.
Monday on The White Shadow, Thorpe has to face the music when the team forms a band.
We took a vote, man. You out of it.
At a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain.
Maurice Cheeks will inbound the ball for Billy Cunningham, and out of Indianapolis. The Pacers just missed a technical foul free throw that would have tied the score. Dawkins coming up on Issel.
It's a tough shot. He had 3 men all over him in there, and he just rose up above everyone.
Now it is Boswell. Shut off, goes back to Wilkerson. Puts a move on the doctor. Turns on him. He wants the shot, and got it.
Interesting point about Dawkins being a pro as a high school player. Were you good enough, John, to make it in this league coming out of high school?
No, I couldn't have done it.
Caldwell goes away from him, and Charles Scott on the turnover. It eluded Dawkins. Down the middle comes Charles. Almost lost his dribble. Underhand, Bibby. Here's the doctor. Moves on Issel.
What a great play by the doctor that time. Full speed between his legs. Got Dan Issel cross-footed and put it right in.
Big Dan says, I'm not mad at you. You don't have to do that to me.
Offensive foul. It goes over to the 76ers.
Here's that dribble drive a moment ago. Bibby let him up with a chest pass between the legs. Here we go. Get out, Dan. He's got you beat right in.
Scott watching Cheeks, moving to the top of the circle. Dawkins battles through the minefield, gives it back to Cheeks. Issel saddles him up. Dawkins backs, bounces, ricochets, half blocked. Thompson down in the middle, lead passes Boswell. Let's see what he can do this time. Wilkerson gliding from the right side, misses the left-handed shot. Boswell to the floor, and there's a loose ball foul.
That play a moment ago was a great block by Issel, but like most players, when you fall away, that gives the defensive man a much easier chance to block the shot than if you would have gone into him. Is that correct?
When you go away from the man, you give the defense a chance to get that step and come toward you, whereas if you go right up into him or over him, then he's going to foul you.
Thompson over Bibby for the field goal.
One of the things they try to do to Thompson when he's down low like that, you know you're not going to block his shot, so you try and body him with your legs and that type of thing to throw his rhythm off.
And Indianapolis Sobers drives for a layup. The Pacers lead the Kings 61-60. Bibby foul. No, he's tied up by Scott. Billy Cunningham can't believe it.
Look at Bibby. Oh, Henry doesn't like it either. That's a good defensive move right there. Scott stepped right in.
Charlie has some of the quickest feet in the league, and that's when you are able to play defense, those quick feet.
That's the way to Anthony Roberts, who's checked in now for Donnie Walsh. The Houston Rockets, no doubt resting and watching. They must win tonight against the world champions. No easy assignment in Landover. Thompson up in the air, and he's put together a couple. 69-61, and it looks like the game could belong to David, one of the few men in the NBA who can take total command of a basketball game. Irving up over Thompson at the other end. Slowed by Bibby. Thompson weaves across, and here's Scott.
They want to make Thompson dribble the ball as much as possible. That's why they pressure him a bit court, try to tire him a little bit. They know they're going to go to him.
The other guard should try and keep Charlie Scott from getting the ball.
Issel misfiring that time, but Boswell with a strong offensive rebound, knocked away and out of bounds. Nuggets in blue retain. There's the big horse bending over. Got a little 2-year-old filly out at California in training, does Danny Issel. And Thompson again from the corner. Let me check his scoring right now. 24 points. There it is. They are at the half. As I reported at our halftime, they are still at the half.
As you said, Brent, Thompson's taken over. I think last year he got 50-some the last game. He might be on his way again.
That's what he did. Then pressure was on Gervin, and here's Anthony Roberts.
Go to
it. They want it.
And you're going to get a foul, too. The basket's going to count, and a foul. So Denver could put 3 more points on the board. Here's the shot. Was knocked away. Roberts moved right in, wisely going in, and up goes Caldwell, and you cannot do that.
And if the Nuggets do not come back and win, the Los Angeles Lakers will be in Denver Tuesday night. Portland will be in Phoenix Tuesday. Back in Portland Friday. Let's go to Portland Friday, huh, Rod?
Why not? Let's head west, big guy.
Alcoa can't wait.
Alcoa Pilfer-proof closures have protected products for over 50 years by showing what's been opened and what has not. Alcoa has also developed child-resistant closures. They're tough for kids to open, so they're good protection against too much curiosity. In our hospitals, Alcoa closures help to protect life-supporting systems and medicines. Alcoa closures satisfy very special needs today.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
Not again. You okay? Oh, I was running to rent a car, and this man was tying his shoelace, and just as I was about to jump over him, he stood up.
If you had an Avis Wizard number and a reservation, you could walk through airports. Just show your credit card, license, sign, and get your car.
Oh, good, let's go.
Avis, walk, walk.
I'm walking through airports.
Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
Big idea. The big Delco shock sale. Wherever you see this poster in your neighborhood, AC Delco is making it possible for you to save on Delco shock absorbers. Big shocks with 59% more shock capacity than ordinary 1-inch shocks. Delco regular and heavy duty. Big shocks, big sale, the big Delco shock sale.
Thanks, Delco. It really is a big shock.
Sale.
One of the things that all of us at CBS Sports can be justifiably proud of is our coverage of the Masters Golf Tournament. Frank Cherkinian and Bob Daly, the directors and the men behind the scenes, they do a terrific job with that tournament. So even if you don't like golf particularly, watch the Masters. It's worthwhile. Now Cheeks comes up, positions people for the 76ers. Dawkins is out high.
Got a 5-point game now with that free throw. Roberts got the 3-point play.
Jones goes across to Bibby. 76ers would like to respond. Blocked by David Thompson. It's offensive foul as Bibby went back on him, and here come the Nuggets.
Great play, and Thompson has been the catalyst at both ends. He is playing defense. He's blocked 2 shots. He's hit 3 or 4 field goals here in the quarter.
And one of the things that they're doing, they're not giving up that fast break like they did in the first half.
Kansas City and Indiana tied at 64. Here the Nuggets have clawed back. The Midwest Division title at stake. Thompson's off. Dawkins with the rebound. Oh, David T cannot hit everything.
The guy went a little bit too far out.
Bibby and Dawkins coming over the top.
That's the old room Parker, the backboard swayer. He's got it going.
The big fella saw some daylight.
Roberts inside. He almost traveled, didn't he? Thompson threw it up. Loose ball. Caldwell Jones is off the Cheeks. Cheeks rotates back. 3-on-1, and Irving can't control it. Turn it over.
Watch this dunk by Daryl Dawkins, and watch this backboard shake when he knocks it down. Here it comes. Look at that backboard swing. Another angle. We'll look at it again.
Billy Knight has just put Indiana up by 4 over Kansas City. 68-64. Thompson, Skinner watching him, goes to Anthony Roberts. They give it back to David. He's the main man, there's no doubt. Dish to Issel, and Thompson drew all kinds of attention in the middle.
He's going to draw attention all day, and as long as he does that, he'll get the other people involved. Those are beautiful plays when he does that.
73-68, Sixers, and the Nuggets have come back. Dawkins with a good outside touch. Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside for Billy C right now is Garrett Dawkins. Boswell's pass on the turnover. Issel couldn't control, and now it's Skinner. Down the middle. Delay, there's a whistle. She came to the glass.
That basket would have counted had he made it. He's fouled in the act of shooting, going right to the hoop. He opened the door there and let Skinner go right in. We'll look at it again. I don't think he wanted to shoot. He was looking for a pass, but then he saw daylight. Right here, he just muscled it down the lane and put it up. Fouled on the way. As referee Jeff Kersey raised the arm to indicate that the basket would have counted.
At Indianapolis, Scotty Wedman with control at the free throw line. Darnell Hillman to the field goal. He's fouled. He is at the line in the other game. And here it's Al Skinner. 76-68. Sixers and the Nuggets.
Well, you're doing a good job broadcasting 2 games here.
Skinner has his free throw. Hillman misses his. Kansas City and Indiana deadlocked at 68.
We got 3 of them tied. Denver's got 68.
Here's Boswell. Issel now. Dawkins staring at number 44. Anthony Roberts will try a perimeter shot, and Boswell is fouled by Dawkins. Boston leading New Jersey. The Nets headed for the playoffs on Wednesday night in the East. Chicago and Detroit. Chicago and Detroit will try to come back next year.
That foul by Daryl Dawkins was his 4th. That's a big one. And they have 4 team fouls on Philadelphia. So Dawkins comes out. Steve Nicks will come on. And Caldwell Jones will play the center slot.
Dawkins was upset about something. He started talking to Boswell. Not only the foul, but they had a little physical contact on that one. So Daryl's not looking too lightly toward Tom Boswell's way.
Technical foul against Elmore, and Scotty Wedman converts. It's a 3-point margin, 71-68 right now, Kansas City. San Antonio leads Cleveland in the third, 62-51. And here it is, 77-69, Sixers over the Nuggets. And Mix to the glass for the field goal. Timeout in Indianapolis. Slick Winter wants to talk about it. He's fallen back by 3 points. Here now it is Charles Scott given to Issel of Denver. Anthony Roberts looking for the man in the middle. Eric almost popped out. Good quickness. Scott from the perimeter. Issel tracks it down, but he stepped out of bounds.
You know, I think Charlie Scott's playing with a slight injury, too. Pulled a calf muscle in the game last night. He played only 11 minutes. But he's been playing pretty well in this game, trying hard.
That's the same injury he had about a month ago during the regular season, and they're getting ready for the playoffs, so I know he wants to get well.
The Nuggets are going to have to start going back through Thompson on offense. That's when they're the most effective this afternoon. David Thompson has not been handling the ball enough at the offensive end.
Julius dropped that one. They dropped back in the little zone there, it looked like, and tripled up on the doctor.
Here's Boswell. Positioning a man. He'll go to Issel. Again, David has not handled it this trip. Boswell turns. Now David Thompson will bring it right back up. They didn't go through him that time. He simply took the shot. Loose ball underneath.
He had to take the shot. Clock was running out on the 21st clock. And again, not that Thompson's not a great shooter outside. He'll hit that shot as quick as a short one, but he's missed a couple of long ones. Had he had more time, I think he would have looked to get in close to the free throw line.
Caldwell Jones, underrated pivot man. And and he thought the doc could stay there, and the doc had gone back to the glass. They turned around.
Irving looked at him with a quizzical look on his face like, hey, let's get together. I'm going left, and you're throwing the ball right.
Scott with a quick move past Money. Timeout has been called, and you get an idea of how I'm keeping up to date on Kansas City, Indiana. This is that game right here. Timeout. Indiana dishes Elmore with a miss. Lacey with a rebound. They lead it by 3. Kansas City leading the Pacers by 3. There it is.
Chevrolet explains the traction of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
Citation will be the first front-wheel drive with Chevy behind it. Instead of pushing the car, Chevy Citation's front-wheel drive pulls the car. The engine weight is over the front wheels, the wheels with the power. That gives you impressive traction through snow and down wet streets. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car.
Chevy Citation.
You pilot ships out to open sea through currents that can run you aground. And the only map you trust is the one you keep in your head. Now comes Miller time. Time to head back for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we've got the beer, Miller Beer.
We're losing control of the ship. If we're to steer this operation right, we need computers. David, call the Giants.
Sir, let's call the Giant Killers. Wang!
If instant business information will help you run your business better, big or small, Wang has a computer system for you.
Avast the inventories. Hard right receivables.
Oh, profits ahead.
John, here's another man that Hot Rod put in the Hall of Fame.
That's right. This is probably the best all-around basketball player that ever played. He could do everything.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson, and they gave him a standing ovation. He was out here to give the awards for the Hot Shots. And, of course, as the season unfolds, we'll have the finals here on CBS. There he goes. Looks like he's lost a few pounds. He put on some weight about a year ago. I'll tell you what, he can still get somebody down there and post him up for 2, couldn't he?
He was one of the greatest, no question.
Scott Smith and all white at the glass. Allwell Jones is off, and here's the left-handed dribble. Skinner bounced the money, came through the pipeline, couldn't control it. It'll go to the Nuggets.
Signed a few autographs on his way back on defense. Went right up in the crowd.
Skinner really waited for him to turn on that burst. He was able to pick out that lane and zip the ball in there. He just couldn't hold on to it. It would have been a good layup.
Here's Scott going back to Issel, top of the circle. Irving controls. Outlet pass now to Skinner. Checks the right side. Spins inside, comes with a shot. Stays with it on the rebound. Good follow by Al Skinner.
That ball just found it perfect for him because Denver was in there to get the rebound, but the ball went right back to Skinner for the easy follow-up left-hand layup.
The Pacers are in foul trouble. Edwards, Elmore, and Banham each playing with 4. They now trail the Kings by 7. Taken down by Skinner. Here's Eric running a foot race inside of Scott.
That old Charlie goes by and by. Good play by Money.
Good play, and again, they're getting back to the basics of that fast break, and this is what got them the spread in the first half.
Roberts, reverse underneath.
Nice move by Roberts. He could have gone up on one side and got it blocked. He decided to go the other way, use the basket as the screen. Good play.
And in Indianapolis, Ricky Sobers drives the length, and the Pacers come back to within 5. Remember, the only way Denver can win the Midwest is if they beat Philadelphia and the Pacers beat Kansas City. A tie gives the victory to the Kings. They beat Denver 3 out of 4 this year. Mix coming up to the line on the foul call, and here's little Robert Smith.
We're in a penalty situation, so Mix will have a couple of free throws with Philadelphia up by 12. We got 1 minute and 51 seconds left here in the third quarter.
They'd like to try and get it down to 10, the Denver Nuggets would, because when you get beyond that 10-point bulge, it's hard to make up in the last quarter.
Unless you're with the old Celtics.
You know, the playoffs should be tremendous this year. I'm just thinking about who I would favor right now. You would have thought Washington for a while. Seattle has come on. Dick Rod has had some injuries. Phoenix behind John McLeod. What a wide open
Hey,
pitch.
how about Seattle? The way they played Friday night, no one's played any better.
Oh, they're so well as a unit.
People seem to get new life at this time of the year because it's a short season. If you don't win, you're out of it in a hurry.
Off the foot, off Irving's foot. The Nuggets will keep control. They trail at 85-71. If the Nuggets, again, if they lose and they do not win, they will be home in Denver Tuesday night against the Los Angeles Lakers. But if Kansas City and the Lakers play each other, that'll be Tuesday night in L.A. Jones off, and Cleveland has come back. It is San Antonio 66, Cleveland 61. Here it's Eric Money for two, 87-71.
What makes Money such a good player, as I mentioned early, Brett, he's hit 5 game-winning shots in the last 2 minutes of games. He loves the basketball in tight situations. Good Money player. They named that man just right.
Inside to the big horse, score it, and he'll come to the line.
Old Dan just fell right into that one. Lean on in there, big guy.
You know, he looks like a mean, tough guy, like he'd be snarling at you and everything. One of the nicer men that you ever want to be around. I guess he and Larry Brown were not getting along too well earlier this year. I can't imagine Danny Issel not get along with anybody.
I get along with Big Dan. He asked me one question today. You want to know where you play? I know where Havlicek
You're going
played.
to find out before the season, right?
I've got a call in.
85-76 is the score, with Kansas City leading Indiana in the other game. Here it's 87-74, Sixers over the Nuggets. Money wanted to lay up, maybe a little too far, and Mix.
Steve Mix with the nose for the ball, just knowing right where to be. It fell right into his hands. He went up, put it up over his head.
This guy that's been around the league trying out. Nobody wanted it. Now he ends up being a really important part of this ball club.
Wallace is off, and right there, came right into the hands of Bobby Wilkerson.
Little hand in the back there of old Caldwell. He went flying out. They'll look for the last shot now. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. I'm probably trying to go to the doctor.
Money. He has come alive, hasn't he? That's 12 points for Money at the buzzer. The end of 3 periods here in Philadelphia. 91-76, the 76ers at Indianapolis. Kansas City is ahead by 6 points.
Come on, Professor.
Gentlemen on your right, Paul Revere, Aaron Burr, Alexander Hamilton. And here we have Dave Lennox building his first furnace. Dave Lennox believed the dealer who installs Lennox equipment is as important as the product. Today, your independent Lennox dealer is the plus you get with efficient Lennox air conditioning and heating.
Atta boy, Dave.
He's in the yellow pages.
Interesting point to remember about the playoffs. If things now hold the way they're unfolding, on Tuesday night in Phoenix, Portland will open up best 2 out of 3. If Phoenix survives, they would then advance against Kansas City. But Phoenix would have the home court advantage because they will have wound up with a better record during the regular season. And of course, Denver and Los Angeles would go into the Seattle bracket. That's in the West. In the East, not quite as clear because Houston will play tonight, and they must win to hold a home court advantage, no matter what happens this afternoon. Wilkerson for Denver to the left hand. 91-78.
Anthony Roberts is trying to get him to go the other way.
What's he asking you for?
Yeah,
What's he want you? I didn't understand. Instead of one of the referees, he's asking you for the ball.
Well, he looked over at me. He said, I got him, and I said, no, no, you got to handle it. They got it.
Jump hook by Jones. And Indianapolis, Kansas City has gone up by 10 points, 89-79. The Kings have taken command. Roberts to the glass, whistle outside, no basket before the shot. Foul is called. That is 3 fouls on the doctor.
Roberts will get 2 free throws. That's the first team foul of the fourth quarter against Philadelphia.
You don't think Cotton Fitzsimmons hasn't worked this year? He just called the time. He's getting bolder with each game coaching those Kings down toward the playoff.
For a while, they couldn't beat anybody in an overtime game. He was really kind of jinxed. Done a super job with that ball club.
He's had a tough season physically, too. I saw him the other day, and he's got a black eye. I said, how in the world did you get that? He said, I was trying to take someone in the hole and post them up and tell them what to do.
I guess Tommy Burleson will not be ready at all for the playoffs. That'll certainly affect his bench strength. He backed up Lacey earlier. Here's Mix for Philadelphia. Taken down by Kim. Denver. Mix almost had the interception. 93-79. Sixers lead the Nuggets. 11:04 to go. Ellis spins to the left. Robert Smith pulls it out. Misfired, but Roberts went right to him off the glass.
He had Skinner on his back and just held him away. Roberts, good play on the offensive board. He knew the ball was coming long, and he easily went right back up to the layup.
Money turned it over. Lost the dribble. Coming down on the left side. So it'll go over to the Nuggets right now. There's Big Doc coming back. Irving's going out. On the floor for the Nuggets, Wilkerson in the backcourt with Smith. Roberts, Ellis, and Hughes up front right now. There is the San Antonio score. They win, and they win the Central Division if they can hold on, but Cleveland staying right with them.
Anthony Roberts, back-to-back hoops.
Plenty of time. Hughes fouled Dawkins, no question about it.
Kind of backed off like he got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Said, I didn't touch it. Watch him come out and challenge the big fella. Then he'll back right away. Made the contact. He looks back and looks over at the referee. He knew he had to foul.
Wilkerson on the right. Lead to Bo Ellis. Ellis crashes into Jones. And he fouled him. Offense.
Good call, John.
Good call. He probably should have gotten that ball back to the middle if he could. You see Roberts right there. If he would have gone to him, he would have had the easy jumper and made the defense play him rather than getting the charge.
Philadelphia's bench, 35 points to only 13 by Denver. That's been your difference.
Hughes muscles off now to Wilkerson. Wilkerson to the left, and wide open's Anthony Roberts. He's an excellent shooter. You certainly cannot leave him alone there.
What a shot. He put that one right through Caldwell Jones's hand. It was right there and went right through.
The magician.
Now he got that one off.
Dawkins faces Hughes.
Shoot it, Darryl.
He will.
He just knows that no one can get up there and bother him on his shot.
Who wants to? He's a mean one.
He's still growing.
Right. Roberts. Smith runs it down and keeps possession. At the end of 3 in Indianapolis, 93-79. Kansas City leads the Pacers. Off money, out of hands and out of bounds.
Hit him right where he couldn't handle it. Right in the hands.
Charles Scott and David Thompson will check back in for the stretch. 9:07.
Playing
95-85.
Playing David Thompson over the years, I thought that he had a lot more freedom at a forward position, and sometimes he gets a mismatch automatically because there's just no one as quick as he is, plus he has that great jumping ability.
Where did you like to play best, guard or forward? You like Thompson played them both.
Depend on who was guarding who and where we were.
Trying to say that he wanted to play guard when I was playing.
Scott turns, hesitates, won't get the roll. Here's Skinner for the 76ers. Boy, Skinner could be a big factor in the playoffs for Billy C. A big guard. Coming back inside, and a loose ball foul as he moved into David Thompson. At the end of 3, San Antonio 73, Cleveland 68. And of course, if San Antonio should lose at home to Cleveland and Houston beat Washington tonight, then the Rockets and Tom Gasolke are going to win the Central Division title. But the Spurs are rough at home.
Oh, they're doing it. Yeah.
This is Jim Simpson for Valvoline Motor Oil, trackside for the start of Houston's rush hour traffic, where everyday drivers by the thousands prove that Valvoline is one motor oil that's not just for winning races. For a closer look, here is A.J. Foy.
Thanks, Jim. The only thing racing down here are the temperatures in these cars' engines. That's why they need a tough motor oil like Valvoline.
There you have it, from an expert. What are you waiting for? Valvoline motor oil is not just for winning races.
It's something to see when the Pepsi generation plays the game. One flick of the wrist, it's a whole new twist, and football's not the same. Come on, come on, come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Generation, come on, and have a Pepsi day. All across the nation, and have a Pepsi day.
When choosing between the phone and a business letter, remember, the letter is loaded with hidden costs.
I see you.
There's dictating time, typing time, filing costs, materials, even mailing costs.
Sorting, sealing, stamping, and postage.
To reduce those costs, don't reach for a stamp. Reach for the telephone. The phone's a better buy than the business letter.
Coming next, CBS Sports brings you the 1979 U.S. Grand Prix West. Carlos Reutemann broke Mario Andretti's speed record last year. But this year, Mario intends to rewrite the record book. See the U.S. Grand Prix West coming next. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
8 minutes and 43 seconds in Denver, trailing Philadelphia by 10 points. They must win, and they need help in Indianapolis, or it'll be Denver and Los Angeles Tuesday night in Denver. Issel with a fake on Skinner. Give it now to Thompson. Look at Thompson and Dawkins. High arch, and Mixer's got control for the 76ers off the money.
Darrell would have nothing to do with any of those fakes, and the big fella played him absolutely perfectly. And it forced Thompson to arch the shot a little higher than he wanted to, and they got the rebound.
He also took away the baseline and made him, or took away the middle and made him go behind the board to shoot it.
Mix turns on Wilkerson. Jumps back, and Thompson just spins around him and comes to the attack.
Chuggo back here, Mix.
Off to Scott, who penetrated inside, and a chance for the three-point play.
Charlie tuck a little swat in the head there. That hurts. That smarts. He's going to be all right, I'm sure. Take a little blow right on top of the head. The basket will count. Here's the move. Wilkerson penetrating the baseline, committed himself, dropped it back. Charlie in for the layup, and right there, the elbow cut him in the back of the head from Eric Money.
Looking at the scoring for the 76ers, Irving with 24, Dawkins with 16, Mix with 13, Money with 12, and Skinner with 10, Caldwell Jones with 12, and Jones has been strong defensively and also rebounding.
Now look at that. Scott's going to be all right. The old chopper came out and touched him, and he'll stay in the game. Amazing.
Long Beach Grand Prix is coming up next. Big day for Mario Andretti. He needs a win.
I enjoyed your little chat with him in Los Angeles Friday night.
Nice man. Has a twin brother who drove yesterday in the celebrity race that was on the Sports Spectacular. 95-88, and Denver is right there for the push. Here come the Nuggets. Wilkerson on the right. Checks the attack. It is Scott who was hit by Bibby. Bibby was on Charles Scott, pushing as he came inside. He didn't mean to be that close to him. There's almost no harm, no foul.
That's the fourth team foul. And we got 7 minutes, 34 seconds left in the game, so any fouls by the Sixers from here on in will be two-shot fouls.
Mix gamble. Thompson comes inside and scored, and a chance for a three-point play. 95-91 on. He can hit this.
What a move.
You have David down low here, and you see him get double-teamed. He has a little bit of daylight, and there's Caldwell Jones. What a super play. He went up, hung a little while, walked on air, and put her down.
And here comes Superman, the doctor. We got to stop this nonsense, says Billy Cunningham. Old David reached back, all the way back on his shoulder to get that shot away and banked it in.
And just as important as the doctor, Cheeks is back, and he does indeed make it 91. It is a 4-point lead by the 76ers.
We talked about
7 by Thompson.
We talked about David getting up the floor a little bit. Wilkerson and Charlie Scott are now bringing the ball up the floor. He's going inside a little more.
Jump hook by Caldwell over Boswell.
That's not a good percentage shot, and he shot it like he made it every day. What a move. About 12, 13 feet out. He drilled it right down.
He said, that score doesn't bother me. I'm going to put one down.
That's it. That was a big hit, too. If he misses that one, Denver could have closed to within 2.
Bibby staying with Thompson. Cheeks came to double team. Thompson went to the right side. 29 for David.
He's like a dog. It's got water all over him, and it shakes everybody off, and then calmly hits the shot.
Billy just doesn't have the big guard who can go in there on him. Wilkerson on the steal, and here it comes. 2 more, and he was under pressure.
Caldwell Jones ran him down, but got there too late.
He looked over his shoulder and saw Caldwell coming, almost mishandled the ball, but he was able to get it in.
97, 95, and 6:22, and let's go to work.
We got a game.
Here's Maurice Cheeks. Scott gives him and now tightens up a little bit. Issel's on the ball side. He wanted Dawkins, and Issel was scratching and clawing, and that's the 4th foul on Issel.
Here's that layup a moment ago. Thompson will get the basket, leading perfectly. Caldwell chasing him hard from behind. David took a little quick look, knew he was there, and just laid it up softly. As Caldwell goes into the stands, now we're back to live action.
Dawkins. Irving to the rebound. Foul call as the Doc came back up.
He should have had that basket, huh, John?
So critical at this point in the game. You want to make sure you block everyone out. You can't let them get those second shots at this stage.
We'll make him a coach yet, that attorney.
The old professor.
He's got messy hair for the first time since he took over.
He has done a remarkable job, Donnie Walsh. Really has with this ball club. And playing without George McGinnis on this trip, they've won 3 straight road games and are right in this one.
Billy C. looking on here in Philly.
This game is important to Philadelphia as well as Denver. They're jockeying for position and who they want to play.
Irving. It's the Sixers up by 3 at 5:57. Scott. Wilkerson. Jones rebounds. 93-86 right now. Kansas City leads Indiana. And the San Antonio-Cleveland score. San Antonio by 12. A win gives them the Central. The Doctor, a free throw and a field goal. And it's a 5-point lead. Birdsong has just missed and run down his own rebound for the Kings as they keep control in the 4th.
Amazing.
Indiana rebounds the miss this time, and 3 points for Philadelphia. I'll tell you what, the Eagles could have used that guy in Atlanta. They might still be playing in the NFL playoffs.
You got X-ray vision. I don't understand how you see all that stuff in Kansas City and Indiana playing. Here's Thompson with a basketball. Old Bibby right there, and there's the old kick by the Doctor.
Thompson, score it, I believe. Yes, indeed. Give it and send him to the line. Big hoop.
Come on, Professor, get involved.
It's fun to see a player who wants it when it gets tough, and David really wants it.
For the Kings, it's 95-86, Kansas City.
Here's the old pressure player.
There's Thompson again. That is 34 for the old Skywalker. 198, not 2-point game. And Thompson saying, come on, Pacers. Here's the Doctor, and he was sealed up. Foul, too. Boswell there. He got him.
If he had not grabbed his arm, he had made him change his move, I don't think he would have made the shot. Here it is.
You have him driving baseline. I think most of the time you'd like to have him going towards some defensive pressure. He was able to get inside and draw the foul that time.
Boswell should have backed up, I believe, on that play. Irving had lost his balance and would have had to just throw it at the basket.
Force him to the middle. He had a lot of help.
Irving can put the 76ers up by 3.
Want to make him shoot it again. They stepped over the line.
Charlie Scott wanted to get his attention there, but it cost Charlie. He's going to get another chance.
He got his attention all right. So 2 more free throws for the Doctor. They're big ones.
At Indianapolis. Scotty Wedman is shooting a free throw.
Here we have Charlie Scott. He clearly puts his foot in the lane before the shot goes up there. Joe Cashew made a good call.
19 points for Wedman. It is now 97-86 in that game, and here it's 198, and the Doc couldn't do it.
He missed 3 straight free throws on that sequence.
Hat trick for Julius. Wilkerson to the left. Issel powers in. And a big rebound by Boswell. Jones fouls him, score it. He has tied the score. He can put the Nuggets ahead here in Philly.
And what a job off the offensive board. Inside, perfect position. Watch him fight for this ball. Working with Jones. He takes it away. Good head and shoulder fake. Back up, spin it off the glass. It counts, and he's fouled.
And still more drama tonight as Washington and Houston will play. And the Rockets must win, or they will be in Atlanta on Wednesday night. Oswell.
They're in the penalty, so he'll get another try. Score deadlocked at 100. Denver can take the lead.
They've trailed all game until right now. 101-100. 4:32 to go. It'll be Skinner, Bibby, Jones, Dawkins, and Irving. Billy C is shorthanded. No Bobby Jones. No Doug Collins. Collins won't be back for the playoffs. Bobby Jones will. They front Dawkins on the double teams effective. So Bibby and Thompson got a hand on it. And Bibby says he creamed me. Aren't you going to call a foul?
Look at Cunningham. He also wanted to play.
We have David Thompson going up, catching Bibby's shot. Bibby thought he got fouled. He tried to spread his legs out to get a piece of him and everything.
Henry says there's no justice out here. Come on, Henry, tell him about it. Philadelphia ball.
Dawkins will inbound now for the 76ers. Throws it deep to Bibby. Thompson gambled and missed. They got an open man. Irving, and Hughes flies out, and Julius buries it. 102-101 as Irving puts the 76ers up.
There was 1 second left on the shot clock that time.
Thompson has it knocked away by Skinner. Open man. Uh-oh, house call.
That is the biggest play of the game. Irving with the dunk shot, and the fans loving it. Philadelphia up by 3.
3:35.
It was a great defensive play. The ball was knocked away. Dawkins, or Julius on his way down. House call. Here it comes.
Take it on to the hoop.
And here's Indianapolis.
That's a good play. Thompson brought the ball down right in the area of the defensive man. He was able to swipe it away from him, recover the ball, give it to Julius ahead for the dunk.
97-88, Kansas City.
Is Gillette Foamy thick and rich enough to stop this super sports car? No. Is Foamy thick and rich enough to support this lovely lady? No. Is Foamy thick and rich enough to hold up this husky hiker?
No. But if you want a clean, close shave, it's more than thick and rich enough.
Chevrolet explains the aerodynamics of Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
In wind tunnel tests, these strings help tell how well a car slips through air. The more slippery the car, the easier it can be on gas. The Chevy Citation hatchback will be the most aerodynamically efficient family car Chevy's ever built. The 1980 Chevy Citation, it's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car.
Chevy Citation.
For days, you fought the mountain for a 90-ton slab of granite. And now you hold your breath while you bring it out until it swings free and clear. Now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best-tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear, Miller Beer.
We are back with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Here's the biggest defensive play of the game. Al Skinner.
Thompson exposed the ball, and Al Skinner made the great block. Philly was up by only one. Bibby picked it up, threw it down to Julius, and he got the dunk shot.
Taken down by Caldwell Jones. So David Thompson is 16 of 24 for 34 points, and yet one of those misses now looms awfully large. A defensive play by Al Skinner. Irving. Bounce into the dot. Issel watches Dawkins. Dawkins turns, comes up. Taken down by Scott. Nuggets trail it by 3 as they rotate back on offense. Cross quickly to David Thompson. He hits another one. 17 of 35. And he has scored 36. San Antonio 96, Cleveland 81. Fourth period. The Spurs close in on the Central Division title. But still, those Rockets must win tonight if they are keeping advantage on Atlanta. Irving stayed with it the second time. They didn't seal him up.
When he took that shot, the defensive man should have stepped in and blocked him away there. Would have had to rebound, but he had a clear opening to follow his own miss.
2:20. 106, 103. Thompson would have counted if it had gone, too.
Right. Here's the play a moment ago when Irving missed his shot, followed it right here, no one there but Julius. That great jumping ability got the layup.
If Charlie would have just held his ground, he was trying to draw a foul there. If he would have just held his ground, Julius would have had to go over his back.
Indiana has moved to within 7, 99-92. Fourth period, Kings lead right now. There's a timeout in that game. Edwards played well in the middle for Slick Leonard in the last couple of minutes.
So again, the penalty a factor here. Thompson hits the first free throw, misses the second. He'll now get the penalty.
It's the free throw. 2 minutes and 10 seconds and a 1-point Philadelphia lead.
No doubt about that one.
Yeah, it can hurt your shoulder on the rim like
back with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Here's the biggest defensive play of the game. Al Skinner.
Thompson exposed the ball, and Al Skinner made the great block. Philly was up by only one. Bibby picked it up, threw it down to Julius, and he got the dunk shot.
Taken down by Caldwell Jones. So David Thompson is 16 of 24 for 34 points, and yet one of those misses now looms awfully large. A defensive play by Al Skinner. Irving. Bounce into the dot. Issel watches Dawkins. Dawkins turns, comes up. Taken down by Scott. Nuggets trail it by 3 as they rotate back on offense. Cross quickly to David Thompson. He hits another one. 17 of 35. And he has scored 36. San Antonio 96, Cleveland 81. Fourth period. The Spurs close in on the Central Division title. But still, those Rockets must win tonight if they are keeping advantage on Atlanta. Irving stayed with it the second time. They didn't seal him up.
When he took that shot, the defensive man should have stepped in and blocked him away there. Would have had to rebound, but he had a clear opening to follow his own miss.
.220. 106, 103. Thompson would have counted if it had gone, too.
Right. Here's the play a moment ago when Irving missed his shot, followed it right here, no one there but Julius. That great jumping ability got the layup.
If Charlie would have just held his ground, he was trying to draw a foul there. If he would have just held his ground, Julius would have had to go over his back.
Indiana has moved to within 7, 99-92. Fourth period, Kings lead right now. There's a timeout in that game. Edwards played well in the middle for Slick Leonard in the last couple of minutes.
So again, the penalty a factor here. Thompson hits the first free throw, misses the second. He'll now get the penalty.
It's the free throw. 2 minutes and 10 seconds and a 1-point Philadelphia lead.
Holy mackerel. Did he go up?
No doubt about that one.
Yeah, it can hurt your shoulder on the rim like that.
76ers lead by 3 and inside of 2 minutes. There it is. 90-77. San Antonio and Doug Moe close to the title now. Well, I'll tell you, Al Skinner's really coming with David Thompson. Al Skinner, there's a foul called. I want to tell you, that's going to be close. He is playing some kind of defense right now. Al Skinner is.
They have 3 men around Thompson, and they are really visibly upset that a foul was called. Here's Irving a moment ago. You want to see a man get up high on a dunk shot, the doctor will take it up. Look at those shoulders up there.
Good pass on that play, too. The pass was made away from the defense. All he had to do was turn around and stuff it.
Boswell in, Wilkerson out. Thompson at the line.
He'll get 2 free throws, 1 plus the penalty this time. They cannot take Wilkerson out of the game. They'll make him come back.
Ricky Sobers has just hit a free throw for Slick. It is now 99-93, Kansas City. They are about 4 minutes behind us. There should be a good 5 minutes left in that game. Now Boswell can come in the game, and Wilkerson goes out. David Thompson with 40. And the Nuggets trail it by 1. 1:30 to go. It was Philly and LA down the stretch a week ago. Today it's Philly and Denver. The block by Thompson, and Irving is there. Shot clock down towards 5. Philly must hurry now. Here's Caldwell Jones. High bounce taken down by Issel. The Nuggets can go ahead. We've got a minute now and 5 seconds, and here comes Scott to the attack. Skinner watching Thompson carefully. Skinner right there. He's in his shorts. Scan is blocked by Jones. Big defensive play. Bibby looks down the floor. Inside of a minute, 76ers are up by a point now. And Billy C wants time.
It was obvious that Scott was going to try and go all the way to the left. He wants Caldwell Jones come across and block it. He had Bibby beaten. Daryl Dawkins goes up, but here's Caldwell. Knocked it away. Perfect. Timeout. 47 seconds left.
You pilot ships out to open sea through currents that can run you aground. And the only map you trust is the one you keep in your head. Now comes Miller time. Time to head back for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we've got the beer, Miller Beer.
Chevrolet explains the room of citation, the first Chevy of the 80s.
Most car engines are mounted like this, but Citation's engine is mounted like this to give you more room. In fact, Chevy Citation, a compact car, has interior room that the EPA rates as midsize. The 1980 Chevy Citation. It's not only the first Chevy of the 80s, it's a whole new kind of compact car. Coming to your Chevy dealers Thursday, April 19th.
Chevy Citation.
Who do you share the power with? The power of Vitalis Super Hold, the pump.
With Tom every morning.
I share it with Jill.
We share the power of the pump. Vitalis Super Hold. The pump keeps our hair looking terrific. Why should women settle for less power when they can get the holding power of the pump? It can hold longer than the leading men's aerosol.
Come on. It's better when you share.
Get the pump, Vitalis Super Hold, and share the power.
Friday night.
We are back in the Spectrum. One thing is sure, next Friday night, there will be a game in Portland between Phoenix and Portland. The other matchups are not yet set. Irving Looks in on Boswell. A dandy one here in the Spectrum. Short. Skinner throws up left-handed. Stayed with it.
Skinner did it twice. What a move. He did an identical play he had earlier in this quarter.
Thompson comes up. Foul called on Skinner. And Al can't believe it.
3 to make 2 for David Thompson. Skinner threw a tantrum. He is really mad. Here's the miss by Skinner. Then he'll follow it up. Skinner is fouled out. He follows the shot here, tips it up and in. What a big play with only 28 seconds left in the game. Philadelphia up by 3. Thompson can cut it to 1. And Denver will still have time to get that ball back. The 24-second clock will play.
David Thompson has made 5 straight shots. He is 17 of 25 from the field, a total of 40 points. Captain Bibby over with Joe Gashu. Billy Cunningham up now. 28 seconds left. Maurice Cheeks off the 76er bench.
Thompson's season high was 36 in one game coming into this game this afternoon, so a new season high for David Thompson. What a game. He's the money man. They're going to him, and he wants the ball.
Here it is. He does it. 110 to 109, and now Cunningham will call timeout, and David Thompson has scored 42 points.
Dress up, Havlicek. Come on, get in there. Go, Joy.
Now try and forget. One of America's largest life insurance companies, Lincoln National Life. We're easy to remember.
Ralph, I work harder on weekends than I do during the week. First dandelions, now chickweed. My lawn.
Relax.
I'd like to.
Try new 33 Plus. It's 33 weed killers in one can. Wow. So, gets rid of dandelions, chickweed, even poison ivy.
33 Plus does all that?
See? Kills 33 weeds.
Great. Only now what'll I do on the weekends?
New 33 Plus, 33 weed killers in one can from Spectrum.
Attention Track 2 users, attention Aptra users. Get ready for really clean shaving. Introducing Ultrex from Schick Super 2. The only twin blades with one push cleaning. Watch. One push pushes out soap and stubble for a clean start on really close shaves. Look, Ultrex slides on Track 2 razors, clicks on Aptra razors. Get new Ultrex with one push cleaning. Only Schick Super 2 Ultrex has one push cleaning.
In Indianapolis, Otis Birdsong has just made it 107-101 over the Pacers. And Kansas City is 40 ticks of the clock away from a Midwest Division title. No matter what went, goes here.
And right here, we have 28 seconds left. Philadelphia leading 110 to 109. And David Thompson has scored 42 points for Denver. It's Philadelphia ball. They will get the ball back, so Denver's got to play good defense, not commit a foul, John.
Philly wants to hold this ball for a little while and hope that when they take the shot at the end of the 24th second, they have a potential offensive rebound. They could wind it out.
Irving turned the ball over 3 times last Sunday in the last minute and a half. Bibby is very much in control here. Julius pops out with Boswell. Shot clock to 10. Winding down. Irving double team. Cross court, but Jones is there. Jump hook. That should do it. 7 seconds. That should do it. There will be a timeout, but it looks like Kansas City in Indianapolis. They've just taken it out of bounds. It goes to Ford. 18 seconds. Time running down. It looks like the Kings are going to win the Midwest Division. It'll be Denver and L.A. Tuesday night.
Not again. You okay? I was running to rent a car. And this man was tying his shoelace, and just as I was about to jump over him,
He stood up.
If you had an Avis Wizard number and a reservation, you could walk through airports. Just show your credit card, license, sign, and get your car.
Oh, good, let's go.
Avis, walk, walk.
I'm walking through airports.
Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
Your services are no longer required.
I see no future for you.
Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. Micro-smooth twin blades and Atra face-hugging action combine to outshave every razor we've ever made.
Good shave. Sorry, sir.
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
Atra, you're supernatural.
They have just announced the final, and they've taken the wind out of Denver's sails. 107-101, Kansas City beats Indiana and wins the Midwest Division. The matchups are now set. Kansas City has drawn the first round bye. It'll be Los Angeles and Denver. They will open Tuesday night in Denver, Friday night they'll be back in L.A. And welcome to those of you who have just watched that exciting Kansas City, Indiana game. Congratulations to the Kansas City Kings on their division triumph. Here, David Thompson's been unbelievable. With that field goal, he has 44 points here this afternoon.
And Philadelphia takes a timeout with 1 second. They want to advance the ball to midcourt, but they have this one by 1 point at 112-111.
In the other game that matters this afternoon, in the fourth, San Antonio 111, Cleveland 99. I don't know how much time is left in that game. One more meaningful game tonight, Houston and Washington.
Who would you guys like to vote for most valuable player in this game?
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
David Thompson. 44.
No matter what happens, David Thompson is our MVP. He was a one-man show here in the second half. Philadelphia had dominated the first half. So it'll be Philadelphia and New Jersey on Wednesday night. But the Houston-Atlanta series, we do not know who will have the home court advantage until after the game.
That's Billy Cunningham, John, trying to diagram exactly what he wants done when they inbound this basketball. If you lose a game with 1 second, that can turn your hair gray.
All you have to do is advance it toward your own basket, and you have to go 90 feet the other way.
And I've just been told, gentlemen, that on Friday night we will cover both games. We'll be in Los Angeles for Game 2 of the Denver-LA game, and we'll be in Portland for Game 2 of Phoenix and Portland. And San Antonio has just won the Central. Final score, 117-101. They draw the first round bye. San Antonio wins, Kansas City wins.
I just want to let you know that you are going to be you're going to be in both places Friday night. You were in Indianapolis today, and you were here in Philadelphia. Amazing.
I'm waiting on him.
You got 1 more second left here. The old mixer will trigger in. This has been quite a game.
And welcome those of you who are waiting for the Long Beach Grand Prix. You've just seen the final shot as Philadelphia beats Denver 112-111. Philadelphia winds up third, and there is our most valuable player. On a losing team today, he was magnificent. And the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player Award goes to David Thompson. Chevrolet $1,000 scholarship thus will be awarded to David Thompson's school. And we go to North Carolina State with that $1,000 scholarship. And now the playoff matchups are set. Still to be determined whether it'll be Atlanta or Houston with the home court advantage. But in the West, it's Seattle and Kansas City earning the byes. It will be Phoenix taking on Portland, Denver, and LA, and over here in the East, it'll be Houston, Atlanta, and it will be Philadelphia, New Jersey. The East goes Wednesday, the West on Tuesday. Thanks to our technical crew for a marvelous effort here in Philadelphia this afternoon, and to Hondo and Hot Rod, you were your usual outstanding selves.
Well, thank you very much, Brent. Thank you very much.
We'll
we have
see you
really
all
enjoyed
on Friday
it.
night. I'm Brent Musburger for Hot Rod Hundley and John Havlicek, saying so long, everybody. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.
Yeah.
This is CBS.
We are back now in Philadelphia for some added coverage for our KNXT audience in Los Angeles because they cannot join the Long Beach Grand Prix immediately because of the blackout rule. The Lakers go into the playoffs, but they will not have the home court advantage in the mini-series. They will be in Denver on Tuesday night and back in the Forum. And, of course, still to come this afternoon, the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns will close out their season in Los Angeles. So, John Havlicek, as we look at the Western Conference, any ideas or predictions as to how it might unfold?
Well, the way the thing has been going thus far, I feel that right now, you look at Seattle being a real strong finish and a real strong team. Seattle at this point seems to be the team to beat in the Western Division because they've been playing very well and they knew what they were going to do last year. They got to the finals. This year they want to take it all.
John, I'm curious as to how you can replace somebody like Marvin Webster as quickly and easily as Lenny Wilkins did.
Well, they had a real strong team there. They play well together, and when they got Lonnie Shelton this year, they molded him to their style, and I think this helped him a great deal because when you bring a person in, if you have a strong influencing cast and a respected cast like they do, he's going to fall in line. He certainly did that.
And, of course, one of the big differences in the NBA is the kind of defense you play. And if you watched any part of our game, which was in the Forum on Friday night, you know that cup defense that Seattle forms, and they're very good. We're going to have interviews and scores and everything here in this coverage. And right now we're going to go to Hot Rod Hundley with Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins here. He had an outstanding game, big win, even though David Thompson had 44 points in the game.
Well, David was definitely due some numbers, but we were just looking forward to winning this one. We could either finish fourth or we could finish third, so we'd rather finish third.
We had you a couple times on instant replay of a couple of your dunks, and I thought the glass was coming down on one of them.
Well, that's my ambition, to bring one of them down one of these days, so I'm still working on it.
How about New Jersey? You got them next.
Well, New Jersey's a super tough team. They always play extra tough against us, particularly Williamson, that seems to hit everything he throw in, so we'd be getting up for him, and we'd be practicing hard this week to get on him.
When you went back a couple weeks ago, you had to replay that doubleheader. You had to play a 1 quarter and 5 minutes of a third period, plus a game to follow it. Were most of you guys tired?
Yes. It was the longest 17 minutes I ever had to finish, and then we turned around and played another whole game, so it was pretty strenuous.
How about going to the wire in this game this afternoon? Were you trying to get the ball to Julius? He had 35 points.
Yeah, we was trying to get it to him. If he's hot, get it to him.
Well, congratulations. Good luck to you. We'll try to get somebody else over here in a minute.
Okay.
All right. How about that win? Let's go back to Brent Musburger.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, John, at halftime today, we saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with Jack Whitaker, and really they conducted a long interview. And there was a lot more of it, some of which you have not seen in Los Angeles, and we thought you'd be interested in it. So now, let's go to Jack Whitaker with the big fella on the Lakers.
I'm a great believer and respecter of people's privacy, Kareem, but let's ask you about that. You're a private person, you don't sign autographs. Why is that?
Unfortunately, you can't sign autographs all the time because people will take your kindness as weakness and walk all over it and give you a stack of cards, say 20, 15 cards, and tell you they want you to sign all of them, and interrupt your meals, interrupt your conversation, interrupt you at the ticket counter. It can become very tiresome, and a line has to be drawn. But in a lot of ways, it's also a compliment that they would ask you, and I try to oblige. If they have some consideration for the things I have to do, I'll definitely have some consideration for the fact that they want to relate to me. I found that instead of signing autographs, just meeting people and shaking their hand and talking to them, it's a lot more rewarding to me than just writing my name on a piece of paper. It's very impersonal. It's like I'm a machine or something. You give it a piece of paper, it signs, and there's no real human contact. And I'd much rather meet people.
I've read somewhere where you're proud of your height. Have you always been proud of being big?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Most of the members of my family are tall. My parents are tall. My grandfather was very tall. And I always had a positive idea of being tall. When I was a child, I identified with the Empire State Building and the Sequoias, and tried to keep it as positive as I could.
How about professional athletes now, or even you, from high school through college and now in the professional world? where a lot of things are done for you. Airplanes are scheduled for you, your bags are picked up, hotel reservations are made. Your life, if not completely scheduled by other people, is to a great extent that way. What happens when it's all over? Well, this will not pose a problem, I wouldn't think, for you.
I hope not. I've seen a lot of people that have failed to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because in addition to just the day-to-day things, you have people lionizing you and assuming all the best things about you because you're an accomplished athlete. And something about America says that if you're a good athlete, you're a good person and very much in the mold of any hero that you can mention. And that's not the way it is. People are people. Whether or not they're good at their job, whatever that job may be, they're still people. But when you stop playing and the checks aren't coming in like they were and the people don't point you out and the extra inches and pounds have dropped on you, it's very, very depressing for some people. And some people just can't deal with it. And it's something that you have to prepare for because it's really like stepping out into the real world one more time.
Kareem, do you think Americans idolize athletes too much?
A certain part of that is really blown up, and they attribute to athletes all the good things that they want to see in people and just assume that they're like that because they're an accomplished athlete. And it makes it hard because people want to accept you on a certain basis, that you're a great athlete and you have this type of personality and you like to do these types of things. And it's not necessarily true. We're people. Some of us do our jobs very well, but we're people and have faults just like anyone else.
How about the salaries now? The big salaries in all of sport. Let's ask somebody who's making a big salary, all right?
I would have to say that the salaries that are being paid for a reason because the owners think that they can use the talent of the individual involved to make some money. People say that Rod Crew is making too much money. I couldn't say that. Rod Crew has worked very hard. He's been an outstanding player, one that you could use as a model for years and years to come. And he wasn't always making this money, and it's inflated dollars anyway. So you have to look at it in perspective.
Well, you certainly are, if not the greatest that played, certainly one of the greatest that ever played basketball. 10 years as a pro, 4 years in college, 4 years in high school. How do you get yourself up 4 and 5 times a week now? Have you something else to prove to Kareem?
Well, I don't have anything to prove to anyone necessarily, but I'd like to do my job well. I got a lot of inspiration this past summer from watching Pete Rose. You know, here's a man 37 years old, and he's doing something that a 25-year-old would be very envious of. And if I can just continue up to my standards of excellence as long as I can, I'd like to do that.
Well, that comes from enthusiasm, doesn't it? Having enthusiasm and love for your game.
That's right. The game has been great to me, and I figure I owe my employers and my teammates the best I can give.
You miss the summer games back in the playgrounds?
Oh, definitely. That would be fun.
That's the sheer joy of the game, isn't it?
That's the fun part of it, but I've had to leave that behind because of the distance I've traveled.
At any second, Hondo, I think Bobby Clark is going to check us into the boards as they get ready for a hockey game. Hot Rod Hundley is back with Henry Bibby in the 76ers locker room.
Go, Rod, anytime. Henry Bibby, unsung hero, fastest shower taker in the history of the NBA.
Try to get in and get out quick, Hot Rod. No need to waiting around to get all the cold water left.
Hey, Thompson had 44. Were you guarding him at all?
No, I wasn't guarding him at all.
You don't want any of that responsibility?
No, but, you know, a guy like that, it's really tough to stop one-on-one, and hopefully you can get some help, and hopefully you can miss some shots. But the biggest thing for us today was winning the game. A player can go out and get 100 points, and if they don't win, it doesn't mean anything.
With Collins out now, is that up your minutes in the game, or you don't have to play more?
Well, I've been playing quite a bit the whole season, you know, with him being out, and hopefully it's not going to be that many more minutes. We have Eric Money and we have Al Skinner, who did a good job today. Hopefully those guys are going to spare us and, you know, give us a lot of relief.
All right, Henry, we're going to let you go get dressed. Thank you very much.
Maurice Cheeks was on.
Come on back, Brett. Let's go.
All right. Thank you very much. So the final season of the final Sunday of the regular season has come to an end. Here in Philadelphia, the 76ers held on to beat Denver 112-111. Kansas City wins the Midwest 107-101 over Indiana. And San Antonio, well, the other final, Boston over New Jersey 103-84 in that game. And Chicago beats Detroit 117-107 was the final in that game. The San Antonio score 117-101 was the final. San Antonio has won the Central Division. The playoffs will begin Tuesday night in the West, Wednesday night in the East. For Hot Rod Hundley and Hondo Havlicek, this is Brent Musburger saying so long from Philadelphia. Once again, the final score, the 76ers 112, the Nuggets 111.
This is CBS.